I crazy? Did Seribot not tell me that the ad ended on Twitch? Yeah, thanks, Oskib. Okay, yeah, thanks, Chomp. Okay, yeah, you guys are so helpful. The ad's done on Twitch, right? What ad? Okay, there we go. Whatever. Hi, hello everyone. It is me, your second-rate hero, number one wandering liar, and today we're going to be playing Powerwash Simulator because I want to power wash away all the yucky bad stuff of 2025 today, please. I would really prefer to do that. So, before any of that, let me say hello to everyone on my channel. Oh my gosh, hello to... Hi Fenrir, congrats on being first. Hi Jab. Hi Game. Hi Spears. I know you said that you were gonna sleep, so you can't stay for long, but thank you for stopping by, Game. I hope you have a good night, sleep. Hi Lobster. I don't know why you're fighting people, but congrats. Hi Chi. Hello, Oskib. Hi Fed. I hope you all are doing well. I know this isn't usually my kind of game that I would play, but I thought this kind of was the most fitting, given I felt like 2025, especially at the end, kind of felt not good. So I wanted to do a little chill stream together. Maki has thoughts about this game, but I'll talk about those in a second. The other thing is, I've kind of beat all of the main story, but I haven't done any of the special stuff, and I realized that there's a special seasonal one. It's like, oh my gosh, that's perfect for the season. Like power washing. How many of you actually used a power washer before? Raise your hand. I want to know. I have. I don't particularly know how I feel about it. I think the main takeaway I had from it, using it, is it hurt my hands. I don't know why, but like holding down the trigger for at least the power washer I was using hurt my hand a lot. I could not do it for long. But once again, that's my little doo-doo baby hands. You used to have a power washer. What happened to your power washer? Did it break? Oh, you've used a power washer. You did not own a power washer. My bad. Do I know people who own a power washer? I don't know if we rented or whatever one we used they owned when we were using it. They might have owned it. I forget. We were cleaning a house porch for someone else. And I also realized I'm getting distracted, so I think we're just gonna let's just jump right into it. Normally I would read the story, but I don't think the story is that important for Powerwash Simulator. Let me also... I'm in the way, silly me. That's good, right? You don't mind when I get a little bit in front of you guys on the chat box, right? You don't mind? Also, let me double check. I'm gonna stare. The YouTube chat is working! Yay! We don't have to worry about that. I just also realized that the chat topic is incorrect, but it fits. Whatever. You don't like being seen? Well, you're just like me. I say as I stream to however many of you are here and however many people watch this. Hello, VOD gang, by the way. I don't know if you exist, but I love you regardless. Remember my dad walking in as I was playing Power Washer asked why I didn't wash his bike? Well, washing... The thing about using a power washer in real life is it hurts, and you actually have to put in effort. And here you just press... I just press one button, and then I've got a magical, stream of water. And that is incredibly loud. I also realized that it's muted, so we're gonna see how loud this is for you guys. That seems a little too loud. Let me just lower that just a tad. There's also no music in this game, so I hope you don't mind if I use my usual OST. I have a couple options in case you want something else, but I figured this one was kind of the most fitting, so... Enjoy what you got! Also, I realized after watching someone else play this game that for me, if someone doesn't clean exactly the same way I would, it actually really annoys me, so you might be about to get really annoyed with me in advance. How many people have played this game, by the way? You still do lots of welding. Oh my gosh. I feel like you've done everything. You moved to a whole different country, you're a teacher, you're an artist, you're a welder. What kind of Was the welding part of the art thing, or is that separate? Special water? Are you talking about my power washer? You like louder music? Okay, thank you. Good to know. I wish I made this. I wish it was custom, but I love it a lot. I think your music could be slightly... Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love when people tell me that my audio levels are unbalanced. You're my favorite. Thank you. Alright. Oh. There's constellations? Huh. Music. There you go. Well, I think I might have been misinformed, but if you are talking about music for a retail store or something like that, it's not music, it's muzak. I don't know why it's called that. Maybe it's like a specific, like, what's the word? Program that they're allowed to use, or maybe it's like a specific company, but they use muzak, so you're close on that one. Abduction power washing arc. Am I getting abducted? I hope not. It's just a nice Christmas night, right? It looks like it's a Christmas night. Well, it's post-Christmas. I guess that's why I'm cleaning it up. Alright. I should actually start cleaning. I don't think it's called... I think it's spelled M-U-Z-A-K or M-U-Z-A-C. I don't know exactly. I think also... There's a couple ways I like to do power washing. Sometimes I like to start from the top and then work my way to the bottom. Oh, hello. Sorry. Oh, no. Oh, well. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to do that. I hope you're okay down there. Anyway, I like to start from the top to the bottom. I also like to start from, like, the back to the front. It feels wrong to do, like, front to back, because then it feels like you're going to trek the mud back with you if you need to leave. You know what I mean? I know, of course, that does not happen in this game. I don't know if it happens in... I don't know if that happens with Powerwash Simulator 2. I know that just came out, but I do not have that game. I don't have the rights, you see, to play that game, so we can't do that one. Where do I want to start? Let's start here. I'm gonna start here and I'll do a loop. There we go. That is still so loud in my ear. Ah! I'm so glad it's not that loud for you guys. It's so loud. I'm gonna have to, like, I feel like I'm gonna have to yell to hear myself over this. Probably a mod. Oh, you mean for trekking mud? I don't want to play on hard mode necessarily. This is supposed to be a relaxing game. Funnily enough, Maki associates this game with me being sad and depressed because there was a period of time when I was pre-human model debut where I was just consistently playing this game. I was playing this game and I was playing Uma Musume. I was not getting any work done. It was really bad. And whenever I was having a bad day at work, when my magic dreams, I would wake up and I would play Powerwash Simulator instead of being productive. So I think he associates this game with me being depressed. But I'm not depressed right now. I promise that's not the case. Froggy? Froggy, what? Increase sound, enhance, up, defry. Oh, you want me to boost it all the way? I can do that. I can boost the sound for you. You may not be happy. Let's see what that sounds like for you guys. Is this what you wanted? Do you want this volume for the rest of the game? Would you prefer this? Does this make you happy? Is it good? Where was that at? I think it was around here. There we go. Well, you asked for it. It was great knowing you guys. I know that you're all gonna cancel me for this, but you know what? It's one way a way to go. So, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed your time watching me liar. I don't know if I did my normal introduction. The second-rate hero, also third-rate power washer. It was a good run, I think, but you know, I never actually got to talk about my 2026 resolutions on the stream where I said I would talk about my 2026 resolutions. So it's not like I had any actual dreams set out this year, outside of being annoying. Wait! I did it! I was annoying and evil! I already got through my first resolution! Yippee! It was that easy. All I had to do was just really mess with the audio levels. I hope it wasn't too bad though, I'm sorry. I mean, not that I actually would feel bad because that would not be a very evil thing of me, but... Wait. I should be more efficient with my space usage. So Proudy, thank you. I always wanted to be evil, but I always felt societal expectations wanted me to be, well, you know, a hero. So this was a nice change of pace. I finally get to be who I really am. It's only a matter of time until I'm slam dunking babies into basketball hoops and committing tax fraud. Two very normal things that everyone should aspire to do. Wait, you forgot you can't hear. Oh, did you mute me? When people say new year, new me, they usually mean a bit better. I'm new because I got worse. I don't know if necessarily you get worse when you're evil. Maybe in some ways you get better because you're being more honest with who you are. And honesty is very important. I know there's one that's not clean on here. I should just use the feature at the top left that tells me when it's not clean. There we go. Let's see. Did I get all of the snowflakes? Yes, okay. So then from here... Whoa. New Year, more sadness. Who else cried on New Year? Raise your hand. I did. It was great. I was sitting there by myself. I was like, wow, this is so sad. So that's why my New Year's resolution is also to be more annoying, so that people will take me... I'll annoy people into bringing me to their party. And I'll be surrounded by a lot of people who don't necessarily want me there, but at least I won't be alone. You know what I mean? That probably makes me sound like a lot more depressed than I actually am. Hi, Rahel. Welcome in. It could be like Deadpool. He's not bad, he's just very crazy. Is Deadpool crazy, or... I don't know the lore, and I guess it maybe depends on which comic book / piece of media you're consuming. But I figure he just has more of a devil-may-care attitude because he has to deal with, like, basically immortality, and he can't really die, and he has to watch everyone he loves die around him, and he has a lot of pain all the time, so the way he copes is by using humor. I don't think I want to be like Deadpool. I don't think I want to be like him. I respect him. I don't think I want to be him though. Although he does date Death, and she's kind of hot, and I'm not really into women, but like I get it. So you know, I guess it's a mixed bag. Is he straight up crazy? I guess. I don't know. I guess it would make sense if you were stuck in the sort of situation he is in, that you would get a little crazy. I just haven't really thought about that. I'm also not really a comic book person, unfortunately. I grew up reading anime and manga, so I don't really know all that Western nerd stuff. My dad does, though. I just never inherited that from him. Actually, if I use... How effective is this? Oh, that's pretty... No, it's not okay. I always end up using this one. I mean, I have this one, but it kind of cheapens the experience. Because what I usually do when I'm like trying to brain dead it like 100%, I just go like... You know, but that's not very satisfying or aesthetically pleasing, I think, so we're gonna stick with this. Of course, I could speedrun cleaning this if you wanted me to. But that might be a very different kind of stream, and I might just kind of lock in, and I don't think that'd be very fun. Maybe I do it like this instead. Maybe I do it in segments. I think it's brain damage. Oh, that makes sense. Doesn't he also have cancer? Or was that Wolverine? I forget. I don't remember. I remember watching the Wolverine movie with my papa. But I did not enjoy it. I don't think I can really enjoy a movie about an old man being depressed. Not as like an empathy thing, it's just like, I don't really want to watch this guy just really go through it, you know? It was really hard to watch some of those scenes. I did not enjoy it. Like I think it was a well done movie, it was just not made for me. Logan is the one I'm thinking of. The one where he, is super duper depressed and Charles is like super duper old and like on the brink of dying. Like that is not a movie you go to with friends expecting to have a good time. You know what I mean? You do not take a date to watch Logan. I have an idea about how you can be evil. You hype some event up, make it really interesting and cool, then when it happens you make it the— well, I do that every stream. But thank you for the suggestion. Low-key, I'm saying the word again, I kind of actually have some ideas for streams like that. Stay tuned for April. Or even like, I've thought about whenever I do a karaoke, because that is one of the resolutions, I think to make it easier on myself, what I might do instead of like actually putting in effort is just like make it as memey and just like dumb as possible, because there's no expectations if I do it dumb. And then if I happen to sound good, well, that's just an extra benefit for you guys. But I don't have to worry about like my mental like exploding, because I'm like, oh no, I was flat on a note. That means they're gonna hate me forever. Like that. Logan watch party? No, I don't think so. Thank you for the suggestion though. I think the other thing with Logan, and what I want to try and be careful about with movies, because we're gonna do, eventually there's gonna be movie watch-alongs in the Discord, so look forward to that. I would like them to be not rated R movies. Obviously I don't know what Maki has in store, because Maki kind of is the one that really wants this to happen, because he's upset that May and I don't watch movies. But there are some scenes in Logan that are very hard for me to watch. And there are events that happen in that movie that I don't think I want to watch with other people. You know what I mean? I would rather watch something that's like more not happy, but like there are scenes that would cause people to get triggered depending on the circumstances, and I did not enjoy those scenes. I wasn't triggered, like it wasn't a trigger for me, but it very much was not pleasant for me, and I don't want to wish that upon others. I think if you like Wolverine and you like X-Men, you can watch that movie on your own and then have your own experience with it, but I don't think that movie is for me. PG-13, alright? Probably. I think that's probably a good number. Oh, we finished the wall. Yippee! Let's do... I wonder if I do it this way. I think PG-13 is fine. It's just that depending on some of the themes, that may or may not make it a contender or not. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's any PG-13 movies that I would say no to, though. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe if it's a horror movie, but I feel like most of the horror movies that I can't watch are like the really gory ones. And if it's gory in the first place, then it's probably going to be rated R, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm just not really a fan of gory horror movies. I think more psychological horror is more interesting to me. It also just happens that whenever there's gore on screen, I kind of have to look away. It's just something about it where it's like I physically recoil. Which is kind of funny, because in real life, for the most part, when I see... It sounds crazy. I mean, like, there have been times where, like, someone got injured, right? Or, like, I'm a hero. Sometimes I get in fights. I don't really feel, like, bad when I see it in person, but something about seeing it on the screen just really icks me out. But only in movies, because, like, in games, it's... Well, I can't say in games, because Silent Hill F had some scenes that were hard to watch, to say the least. And I had to look away. But they were still fun regardless. But I think I can handle games a little bit better than movies. Maybe it's something about the fact that I can't control what happens that causes me to, like, be able to not handle it. I don't know. It's very strange. Gotta watch the new War of the Worlds. I think the issue is Maki wants to watch, like, classics. So, I don't know if he wants to watch Kill Bill. I already watched Kill Bill, though. Have you guys watched Kill Bill? Did you like Kill Bill? I personally, I watched it. I knew everyone said it was like a classic. I got to the end of it. It was okay. I can see why some things became iconic, and I don't know if maybe it's because I already know all the references and they feel like cliche to me, but watching it back, I was like, oh, we're gonna do that to this female character, and oh, that's where the funny meme sound comes from, or oh, that's men being awful to women. I love that. That's so great. You know what I mean? And then there's the thing with Quentin Tarantino. It hit me with the classic Quentin Tarantino stuff, and I just got icked out. Like, if I didn't know that he was like that, maybe I would have been okay with it, but having the knowledge that he puts certain things in his movies just kind of icked me out. I don't like it. People just like the movie because of Tarantino. I'm seeing a lot of people who said it was just alright. Okay. Thank you for validating me. I need this. Everyone I talked to about it, or at least the people that I watched it with, they said they liked it. I didn't really. The other one, this might be the more unpopular one. I watched The Matrix for the very first time recently. I did not like it. It was not that good, to be honest. I like some of the concepts, but I personally, you're never gonna guess this, I don't really like the chosen hero concept when it's played straight in some ways. Like, the idea that he was the special chosen one and everything's gonna turn out perfect for him, and oh my gosh, this guy's fated to die, but he stopped it from happening just because he's so cool and awesome. Which one do you watch? I watched the original. I did not watch Reloaded. It was the very first one that included, what's his face? I don't know actor names, I'm sorry. And oh, of course the girl falls for him. I think the concept is really cool. I just don't really like the pacing of movies is the other issue, because I feel like movies pacing just goes way too fast for me. So I got to the end of the movie, I was like, I feel like we could have maybe built some things up more, or maybe had better pacing on some things. It kind of felt like we watched the whole, like, what should have been like a 12-episode series kind of ended up being a 2-hour movie or whatever, and I didn't really like that. Maybe if it was a TV show, I would have liked it more. I was also thinking of Keanu Reeves, thank you. I'm sorry, do you hate me for that? Do you hate that I don't like The Matrix? I like Keanu. I thought he did fine in the role. It just, the movie itself wasn't for me. It also had like some, it was another thing where it had like kind of some icky body horror to me with like the, when he gets, sorry if this is spoilers for like a 20-plus-year-old movie. When he gets removed from the pod and you can see all the holes in him, it was really yucky and I did not like that. Once again, I can probably handle it in real life. It's just seeing it in a movie for some reason just kind of freaks me out. Alright. This section is done. It does not say it's done because I have to do the whole rink, but this section is done. Watch the 4th movie. How many Matrix movies are there? I thought there was only like 3. Am I crazy? Because there's the second one. I know there's a second one. I don't know if that's Reloaded or if it's just called Matrix 2. There's 4? How do you get 4 movies out of that? I feel like they kind of solved a lot of it in the first movie. I mean, obviously there was stuff that could be done in like a second. How do you go from that to 4 movies though? When was the newest one? Wait, when did they make a new one? This is why Maki wants me to watch movies, by the way. It's because I don't know anything about movies. And there's some I want to watch. Like, I really want to watch Sinners. I've heard Sinners is really good. I don't think I want to watch Weapons, despite the fact that I know it's really hyped up. I maybe would like the story in that one. But I've seen things that horrify me from that, and I don't think I'm mentally prepared for that one. I don't think my heart's ready. It sucked? Oh, I'm sorry. That's the worst when a piece of media is just completely destroyed, huh? I know that feeling. Actually, do I? I'm trying to think of the last piece of media that got ruined for me. Because I'm not really a Star Wars fan. Although I personally didn't have an issue with the new Star Wars. What other movies I don't really watch Star Trek, so I didn't really have an issue with the new stuff. Although I could see why people got upset because it was more actiony versus the more talky, philosophical of the old Star Trek. Avatar, I guess, but I didn't watch Avatar. Like, well, I watched Avatar when I was younger and when I was airing. But I don't think I was attached to it the same way a lot of other people were. And, like, to me, the old live-action one, it was just kind of funny that they went that direction. Oh, is this part of this whole line? Okay. We'll come back to that. Weapons is a comedy. I don't think I would agree with that one. Maybe like a dark comedy. I have heard there's some humor in it, but like, I think the way that sometimes it's funny also kind of makes some of the things more horrifying too. Like the way that they run is weird, but I think that makes it more disturbing in a way. There are 3 Avatar. Oh, are you talking about the blue people Avatar movies? I've never watched any of Avatar. I have a family member who really likes it. Like, they really like it. And I don't really consider this family member like a movie buff kind of person. It was very interesting to hear them talk about why they liked it. And then in the 3rd movie, for some reason, everything about the 3rd movie that I've seen is on Twitter. And all I've learned from it is that people think the one lady is really hot. The one that wears like the fire red hairpiece. I don't know anything about her. I just know everyone thinks she's hot on Twitter. But I literally don't know like the plot of it. Apparently there's children that the human guy who's now the alien had. But also other things happen to the children. And I'm like, what is going on? It's very confusing. Don't know about The Last Airbender. I only know, wasn't it Tarantino who did the Airbender movies? Ew, I don't like that, actually. Ew, ew. I don't want him to do that. Those are children. I don't want that. I don't want him near that. I don't know if he's actually been weird about it, but like... No, wait, that was Shyamalan. Just kidding, you're right. I remembered it as soon as you wrote that. It was Shyamalan, who I think also has a weird-ish... Not weird reputation, but like... He's interesting with the way he does his movies, right? Like, he's very... sensational, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, he had that one... If I remember correctly, the way he handles mental illness in his movies is kind of not good. Because he did Split, right? The one where the guy has a dissociative personality disorder? Or dissociative identity disorder? And he played it really kind of yucky for people who actually have DID. I did not like that. I think it'd be more interesting to see a positive portrayal of DID in a movie, but I don't know when we're ever gonna get that. Oh, bye, Spears. Have a good night. Don't scare me. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I just remember that it was a weirdo. Oh, welcome back. That was a quick walk away, Spears. I don't think I spelled that right, but you always had the twist. Ah, he's a twist director kind of guy. Okay. Well, that's another reason why it's like, eh. If it's not really earned, that's kind of the issue too. Maybe I'm just too picky for movies. That said, I'll watch like any like Disney movie for the most part nowadays and I'll cry. Even if like I'm not really attached to the movie. Like, I would probably cry if I watched the new Disney movie. What is the most recent Disney movie? Is it still Wish? Is there a new Disney movie? But I would probably cry at that because, you know. And then there's, like... I cried at Encanto, definitely. Ah, that's the problem. I don't think I cried at Princess and the Frog. But that movie came out like when I was still in my no crying phase, so I think I was okay. There's not anything really worth crying about. Well, I can't say that because a guy did die in Princess and the Frog, and it was sad for some people. I don't know. There's just a divide between like what makes me cry in old Disney movies versus new Disney movies, and I don't think there's any Disney movie from like the golden age that would make me cry. You know what I mean? Like I didn't cry about Lion King. I didn't cry. What are other sad? I didn't cry with Fox and the Hound. I don't know if that's counted as a golden age though. Hi Fusion, welcome in. Do you cry at Disney movies? Don't care for any of the newer. I'm trying to think which. I mean, Encanto was good. I really liked that one. I actually really liked Turning Red. Turning Red made me sob. It was bad. But that one hit a lot of personal feelings I have. Like, it felt like I was looking in a mirror sometimes. I can't say exactly that all of the feelings the main character was going through were feelings that I experienced, because we had very different lifestyles. But I did feel seen in some ways, especially, like, with some of the family stuff. Oh, it was so sad. At the ending, I was a teary mess. I could not speak. Oh my gosh. Fox and the Hound was very sad. I think I was too young to really understand sadness, though. I think I did not understand sadness as a concept until I was older when I watched it. So any of the like older Disney movies, I still associate with that time period where I did not cry. I was a very strong child. Most recent Disney animation was Zootopia. I heard Zootopia 2 was really good though. And that they chickened out on making Judy and Nick a couple. Although apparently people who worked on it were actually shipping them low-key. And I think it's very funny that they couldn't even commit to it. Like, are they worried about the ratings that a fox and a bunny would be together? I feel like that would kind of be cool. I mean, maybe they didn't want to make romance like the point of the movie, and I get that. If they make a Zootopia 3, it'd be kind of cool if they explored that. Interspecies is a little weird. I think that would be... It's not a bad thing, though. I mean, it's not like I'm wanting them to have kids or anything. It's just like, if two people have chemistry, and they're both two consenting adults, I don't see a problem with it. But I understand Disney might be a little... No, because in Robin Hood, there was Maid Marian. Well, no, she was a fox. And I think she was cousins with... Wait, was she cousins with the Lion King guy? Or was it different? I forget. I don't know if they were cousins, but like they had some sort of relation. So it's not impossible. Disney's done it before where they had interspecies families. And they could have inter-elemental relationships in Elemental, which I also did cry to, I think. Platonic, I know, Platonic is also very important, I get that. But I've just seen so many people talk about how, oh, it's so obvious that Nick's in love with her, kind of thing. And like, oh my gosh, they have so much chemistry. Like, I would hate for all male-female relationships to always just be reduced to romance. I think that is actually a very dangerous mindset to have, because I think male-female relationships that are non-romantic are very, very important. But I cannot deny that if a couple has good chemistry, or if regardless of gender, if two people have really good chemistry, you kind of want to see them have romantic interactions, right? But maybe that's the fangirl in me. Maybe I've been in fandom for too long. I'll get sad from movies. I get the when you miss people thing. I'm trying to think what makes me cry in movies. Because Turning Red was about like... I cried at... Well, okay, I'll put it like this. I cried in Turning Red. I'm pretty sure I cried in Elemental. If you know some of the things that happen in those movies, you will probably understand. What other movies have I cried at? I'm trying to remember. I think it's hard to keep track of what movies make me cry because I just do it so often, but also I don't watch any movies. The relationship is not really like a friendship. Oh, really? Oh. I mean, they're a buddy cop dynamic. Now I actually have to head out for a bit. Okay, have fun. Tell your siblings I said hi. It's the sweet sappy stuff that makes you teary. Ah. I think mine is just when it hits a little too close to home. I also cried at, this is a Ghibli one, but if you've ever watched From Up on Poppy Hill, oh my gosh. Oh wait, a frog. Hello, little frog. You are so cute. I love your little fat legs. Goodbye. Oh, 07. Look how much faster that is, too. We would be done with this by now if I was using that one. From Up on Poppy Hill is kind of a weird movie to recommend because it kind of has some weird themes, and also if you watch the trailers, the original trailers in Japan spoiled like one of the biggest things about it that you don't know about until like 2/3 of the way through the movie, and it markets it like that, which if you know what happens 2/3 of the way into the movie is the worst way to market it. There's no way anyone would be interested in it if you marketed that thing. But it's really good, and it made me cry because it was a scene where she has a dream about her dad. I was like, oh. It's always family stuff for me, I guess, is the short answer. Did they change the sound? Did they change the sound of these? Or do I just never listen to these when I'm playing? Okay, wait. Let's start with, this is the biggest one. And this is the next size. Next size. Why does that one sound deeper? Whoa, that's some bass. ASMR. One movie a while ago, the Marvel movie. What was the Marvel movie? Oh, because more concentrated it. I don't know if I know which one you're talking about. Once again, I don't really watch Marvel movies. I know that apparently someone is returning to the Marvel universe. Did you know that? Did you know that Captain America is returning to the Marvel universe for Doomsday or whatever it's called? Aren't you so excited to see Steve Rogers return again? Aren't you so excited for 10 more movies of Steve Rogers? Don't you love our original characters that we don't want to get rid of and we keep their grubby little hands on so that we can make more money off of them? Tony Stark. Tony Stark's not in it. He's dead. Right? Right? I think Chris Evans will die. Let him die. Let him rest. I thought he was free. Let him do other projects. He was great in Knives Out. Give him other movies. This man has played so many comic book characters. Let him have a different role, please. And like, I'm glad that he's getting his flowers for his performance as the Human Torch in the original Fantastic Four. But let the man rest. Robert Downey Jr.'s back as Victor Doom. Oh, why are they doing that? I thought he was dead. Why would you do that? What is the point? Like, is he going to look like himself too, or is it just they just have his voice? And why is Robert doing that? I thought he wanted to be free too. Does he need the money? Or does he just really like working with that team? I feel like everything I've heard about the production cycle for the Marvel movies just does not sound good. It sounds kind of miserable because they keep hiding things from you. It's money. Oh, Mr. Downey Jr. I'm also going to drink some tea right now because I have not drank anything so far today, and my tea is about lukewarm. I made this tea earlier because my hands are once again freezing cold, and now it is in my hands and it is not heating up, and I'm very sad about this. So, 1 second. And because it's now colder, it does not taste as good. Marvel pays well? I guess, but like, I would think if I was Robert Downey Jr. and I had made the kind of money I did from all the others, Iron Man movies, I wouldn't need to go back. It's like going back to an ex. You don't need to. You're better off without them now. You are financially stable. You're only going to hurt yourself if you come back. At least that's my mindset. Come on. What is causing you? There we go. I'll just grab this one here. Tune for me. Oh my gosh, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. It is so late for you. That's one thing I hope one day. There's not a resolution because it requires like a multi-year 5-year plan kind of thing. I would love to stream at a more friendly time zone for like EU. I think that's the perfect time zone for me, to be honest. Because then it's like people on the east coast of Canadian America are getting lunch, and then people who are on the west coast are waking up in the morning and they would have me to hang out with while they're getting ready for the day or getting ready for work. And then people in the EU who are having like actual, like, it's their evening time, that would be a perfect time zone for them. Oh, that would be so nice. Of course, that would be really hard for people who are in Asia time zones. So it's like, oh, that would be unfortunate that I would not be able to stream for those people. But I think if I was in a position where I could stream during that time already, that means that I could have different time zone slots. So like different days I would stream at different times. I think that's the dream. But I think my main time slot would be like noon EST, 9 AM PST. I think that's what I would want. $8 AM to 12 PM. Yeah, that's the other things. Like, there are a couple people I know who are here that I like could not stream for. Even if you're not like in the same time zones, or like if you're in the same time zone as like EST or PST, you just might not be able to watch stream, even if it is like technically awake hours, just because you're busy. That's the other thing. It's like, oh man, I wouldn't be able to provide for those people too. It's hard. Ooh, ow, my ear. I'm still trying to get used to these new headphones. They hurt so much. They squeeze my ears and it causes me owies. But they make me sound so good when I record things. Or like, not so much that I sound better when I record things, it's more like I can hear everything when I record things. Get smaller ears? Can you even see my ears right now? They're pretty small in that regard. These are just really tight. And they squeeze my head. I bet by the end of the year, I will have a head dent. I almost wonder if maybe I should get a second pair of earphones for when I'm not recording. I think that's what some people do. What I'd really like to do is get earbuds, so that way I don't get a headphone dent at all. I should not be... This is going out of order. I don't want to get the headphone dent, so I'd like to get some earbuds, but I just have not purchased any yet, and I don't know if it would work with my current setup, if you know what I mean. Because I have to use an adapter for my headphones, and my other headphone set did not like working with my interface, so it was causing issues. I don't know if I bought earbuds, if that would fix it, or it would be like the same issue I was previously having. So I have to think about that. See, my headphones on my forehead. I'm experiencing this right now. I don't have the pain anymore, but I feel a little silly. And also the audio is a little bit quieter. Oh, it's also sliding off my head. Sorry, this cannot work. There we go. Speaking of head dent, did you see the picture of the prediction of gamers? No, I did not, but I bet they're all poor because game cards are like, or GPUs are like $5,000. So excited, so glad I plan to buy a new PC this year. Can't wait to spend all that money, for sure. Definitely what I'm going to be doing. I guess I'm sticking with this PC a little longer. Which is fine. I mean, it works with what I have. But I don't know. I was kind of hoping to get a beefier PC so I could play some beefier games. Or even like maybe do a dual PC setup, because I've heard those are pretty good. But I don't think it's meant to be. What is... Does this... Oh, it's part of it too. Okay. Apparently they're gonna look like hunchback trolls. Everyone, make sure that you sit up in your chair and make sure you do your stretches and sometimes go out and touch grass. I will be going out to touch grass tomorrow. I'm gonna do a lot of shopping. I'm gonna get some boba tea and I'm gonna go to the shopping mall. And I'm going to eat a lot of steak, hopefully. That is my plan for tomorrow. What are your plans? I think everyone should go outside and touch grass. Don't touch grass now necessarily if it's nighttime for you. That would probably be a bad idea. But what are your plans? With the increase of PC parts, people are just buying the base components. Building their own RAM? You can do that? What? I don't trust anyone to build my RAM except like a company. That's kind of scary. I mean, I know you can download more RAM, but building RAM is a completely other thing. The plan is to work and play Pokemon. Oh my gosh. I still have mixed feelings about the new Pokemon. Like, I think when it first came out, I was just mad that it looked kind of bad. And it feels like they're phoning it in on the graphics. But I've seen other people really enjoy the game. And I like that they're changing the dynamic of how fights work. But man, I just want some things to improve. And also for them to not make a mainline game and give me more Pokemon Rangers, not gonna lie. That's all I asked for, to be honest. That would make me happy. I just want to play Pokemon Rangers again. People are doing that now. Ooh, I don't want people to build my RAM. Although I don't mind if like a new company comes out and is like, yeah, everyone's being really expensive, so we'll build for consumers. I would like that. And if they had that policy, like I think his name's Semple, the guy who refuses to sell paint to Shapur, if I remember correctly. Okay. TLDR, there is an artist who created the darkest black ever. It's called Vanta Black, I think. It's so dark, it actually looks like pure darkness, right? But he made it really ridiculously expensive or something. And he's just kind of pretentious. It's kind of annoying. So then another guy was like, okay, well, if you're gonna copyright the darkest black, I will just make my own black. And from now on, everyone can buy my version of the darkest black except for the guy who copyrighted his own version of the darkest black. He is not allowed to buy it, and if you ever give him my color of Vanta Black, you will be breaking my terms of service. And I thought that was incredibly base. Someone did break the terms of service. But the fact that he just had so much hatred for this guy, I got it. I understood. I felt seen in some ways. Let's do it about here. There we go. I think we should do the same thing with whatever new PC company comes out, where they say like, okay, yeah, any consumer can buy our gear, but if you plan to use this for generative AI, you are not allowed to buy this. That would be breaking our terms of service. I think that is the correct way to go about things, to be honest. Because if other companies are going to sell out and just to give all of their products to generative AI and make it really hard for the average consumer to use it, then we need to have our own thing that generative AI is not allowed to use. I think that's the most realistic, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, am I being a clown for this? I don't know, I think that's kind of reasonable. If they're gonna have their own companies, I think it's best that we get our own. Thank you for the hydrate. My tea is still kind of yucky. I'm having eucalyptus, mint, I think is the correct one. I did maybe, I maybe ate a whole half tub of ice cream before this, like right before stream, and I decided I maybe should drink something to help clear my throat before I start talking again. My tummy may be upset with me later, but It was really good. It was dirt cake. It was like cookies and cream. It was really yummy. Oh, not being clown. Just want to see what it does. Ah, well, thank you for testing it. I actually was having issues with it the other day. For whatever reason, my Twitch token happened to turn off basically right as I was working on it, or like right before I started stream. So I spent an unreasonable amount of time streaming trying to fix it. That was supposed to be a stream about New Year's resolutions, and I spent it resolving to fix my setup instead. But hi, I hope you're having a good night. Welcome in. Your notifications are off too? Is it on purpose? Which notifications are you talking about? Are you talking about stream notifications? Because I'm trying to think where it would be. Oh, my follow notification. Yes, that is on purpose. This is very specific, and I know it depends on person to person. For some people, they get uncomfortable when they are called out on stream. I know I actually sometimes get called out on, like when people are like, oh my gosh, insert name here. Thank you for the follow. So I personally hide it. I know some people prefer it that way. It also, to me, kind of helps keep the flow of stream going. I've noticed sometimes that follows and other events can sometimes cause the flow of a conversation to stop. And I also personally just get really distracted sometimes. So I like keeping it that way. I know for other people, they like being called out, and that's why for things like subscriptions and stuff, I do mention names. But for just follows, I like to keep it hidden. That's just person to person, though. Yeah, for some people, they want to secretly follow because they're lurkers, too. I know a lot of people like to lurk on my streams, and that's just one way I can also help them keep quiet, too. Because sometimes you just want to chill out and just listen to an anime girl yap about RAM and market prices while you're doing whatever. Better just to reply and keep the flow going. Yeah. Like I said, it's a person-to-person thing. There are certainly some streamers where it's like, oh my gosh, they said my name. But there's other ones like, why are you saying my name? You're in the middle of something important. Kind of like that. Cool perspective. Oh my gosh, thank you. It's something I think about a lot. I like to keep streams nice and easy for people. I want streams to be kind of comfortable. I don't really like being very loud. And I think the cozier the stream is, the easier it is for people to lurk, if that makes sense. Because sometimes you have a streamer and they are like really, really loud, and it's kind of distracting for whatever you're trying to do. Of course, I do sometimes play games like that, but still. You're on my Discord server, and I think you follow me. I do! I'm pretty sure. I remember sneaking in. I actually just set up the go live thing today. Because that's the other thing is, like, I did not have server activity, I think it's what it's called, enabled. So I had to go and set all that up. I don't know how I feel about Discord telling people your server status when it comes to games and stuff. I think it's funny because sometimes people like purposely put it on and then they'll play like League for 24 hours. There's other examples that maybe are a little less appropriate, but that was like the first thought I had. I think it's fun for some people though, but then it's other times where it's like you just want to chill by yourself, play a game, and someone will see you playing something. It's like, hi, do you want to play a video game together? Kind of like that. Oh my gosh, hi Focal, how are you doing? I'm a truther? What is my truth? I think I speak a lot of truth. I think I'm always right, and I'm never wrong. I'm very, very smart. But what are you talking about specifically? Yeah, so it does. Yeah, you can also set it server by server too, which I do like. Like, for some friends, I wouldn't mind them seeing me playing Powerwash Simulator for 10 billion hours while I'm working. I mean, I'm having my magic dreams about magic machines. But in other ones, it's like, well, do I need people to know that I'm playing VTube Studio for like 10 hours? You know what I mean? Because sometimes you're in a server where you don't necessarily want to announce you're a VTuber, you know? You'll always be a liar. I see. So you hate me. I mean, you're saying my name, but you hate me. You don't think I tell the truth? You think all I do is lie? I just like being honest. I'm not a liar. I'm just a liar. We've been over this. You're playing Powerwash Simulator. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. What? Did you think I was playing something else? Wait. Oh, you're saying it's on the Discord activity. Oh, okay. I was like, you've been here for like the whole stream. Did you not notice? Also, I feel like the ad is about to happen. Oh my gosh, I'm so good at timing things. On Discord. On Twitch, you're about to have a 3-minute ad. I like to make sure nothing really happens while that's happening for story games. We're not really doing anything in particular, but just know you won't miss anything important. Oh, it's showing on the Discord now? Aw, oh, dang it. Oh well. That's fine. I'm not doing anything crazy right now anyway. I thought I set it for server per server, but oh well. How's your 2016 going? I mean, it's only been like 2 days. Oh, I had another crazy dream. What was the crazy dream though? I knew I should have written it down. I really wanted to... I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to do like a dream journal kind of thing for 2026 to see what kind of dreams I got and maybe to make my dreams more vivid. But I woke up today, I stared at Twitter while thinking about my dream and how all this cool stuff happened, and I said, no, they don't need to know. They don't care. So now my really cool dream is lost to time. I think there might have been another murder cult. I think there was another, like, group. Oh, no, I know where it is. I remember. Okay. So, for whatever reason, I was a child star, like a TV child star. And I had grown up, and for some reason, I was working on a very dangerous zoo now. I say that there was only, like, 2 animals that I remember. One was alligators, and the other one was horses and donkeys. So, I don't know why those 2 animals were in the pens next to each other, but that's just how it was at the zoo. And it was not very safe. When I say zoo, it maybe was more like an animal sanctuary, because I don't think we had guests. But as I was working there, for whatever reason, everyone from the original show got back together, and I found out through like a series of mysteries that the one person I cared about the most when I was a child star had died. And it was really sad and depressing because I feel like I had like a montage moment of all my happy moments with them. And then I just found out they died. It was really depressing. Oh, sorry about the ad break. And I think I had this moment where like I was talking to them while they were in the afterlife. Or maybe I was having like an idea of what I would say to them from the afterlife. It was kind of depressing. And all of the other people from the original reality TV show were there. But like we were all children. So it wasn't like adults. It was like we were all children and we grew up together kind of thing. Maybe it was like one of those traumatic things that child stars go through where like we were all in this together. But I think I didn't have the same relationship with them that I did with the one person. It's very bittersweet. I'm not sure what this means. Because first we have the murder cult. And then we have child star depression. I'm not sure what my dreams are meaning this year, but I guess we'll keep up with it. Focal, thank you for the 3 months with the Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. Enjoy your emotes. I hope you have a good time with your emotes. I do think it's funny you switch between YouTube and Twitch. Do you have a preference between the two out of curiosity? Like, if I had YouTube membership, would you prefer to have a YouTube membership and not worry about Twitch? Or would you prefer Twitch, or would you do both? That was so sad I had to use Sob. Oh, thank you. We're still just short of halfway to the goal of getting memberships. You prefer YouTube? Yeah, I figured. Since you're a May the Ray fan. I think we're about halfway to the goal. I think, fingers crossed, if I ever do like a cover, maybe that would help get us there too. Oh my gosh, guys, stream my cover whenever it comes out. I mean, of course, if I just keep streaming too, I think we'll get there. Especially if more people, like, on YouTube find me. Thank you for 1,000 subs, by the way. I had that short today. I actually made that last year, and Maki promised me that it would be done before the new year, and then it wasn't set up before the new year, and I thought that was mildly funny. But I posted it anyway. I hope you guys like me being sappy and yucky and cringe. I hope you enjoyed that. I have a hard time being hashtag vulnerable sometimes because I feel like it's really cringy, but I'm trying to be better about that. I think I've improved a lot since the academy, to be honest. I think I've changed a lot since then. Maybe being a frog helped in that regard. But I'm trying to be more complimentary to people, if that makes sense. 1K YouTube plans? I don't have any plans. I do have a plan for my affiliate anniversary, so that can kind of double, but that won't be until first week of February, if I remember correctly. Try to only do that around friends. What, be cringe and vulnerable? I think as a streamer, you kind of have to learn to, like, sometimes be vulnerable, but you can't be too vulnerable, right? Because then people might take advantage of you. Let's go this way. I know this is not like a normal way of doing this, but I just want to try and clear it this way. First week of February is my birthday. Your birthday anniversary? Happy birthday anniversary. I'm not saying that actually officially, because that's bad luck if you say it too early. But I just thought that was funny phrasing. What is the angle on this? Like this? Oh, I goofed it. So, look forward to things on anniversary week. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do yet. I know one thing that I really want to try and do, and I'm hoping another thing releases around that time. But I can't guarantee for sure, so keep that in mind. We can call it the birthday year. Oh, happy unbirthday, everyone. Unless it is your birthday, in which case, happy birthday. I think we should say unbirthday more. We should celebrate every day. Hashtag positivity. Hashtag love. Hashtag live, laugh, love. I think I've definitely become more positive over the years, which I think is a good thing. Now, obviously, sometimes I might sound like a doomer, and sometimes I do get sad on stream, and I'm sorry about that. But I think if I was always happy, that might be a little unnerving too. That being said, I know some people just want to be happy on stream, and that's why they come to streams. But I am only a human, and not a frog. Being a human has its challenges, but I think it's worth it. My friend's birthday was the 30th. Oh my gosh, happy birthday, Focal's friend. Or happy late birthday. Sorry that you could not be born on January 1st so you could be a New Year baby. Your mom should have... No, I won't say that. Isn't unbirthday the day you pass away? No, it's just not your birthday. That's different. Because your death day is your death day. That's different. You can have a death anniversary. Although people are celebrating that, that's kind of sad. I hope no one's death is ever celebrated like that, who is in my chat right now. Don't do anything to get that far. I'm kind of surprised there isn't like a sliding mechanic here, because I am technically walking on ice right now. It's the opposite of being born. I don't think the opposite of being born is dying. I think if you want to like talk like the opposite of being born, which is like you are ejected from a womb, it would be like you enter... Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Did you have a good day? I think today was an awful day for me because I slept the whole day. I actually planned to do so much stuff today. No, we're not going to finish that thought. I slept for like 3 hours. I was going to go to the store. I was going to go get boba. I was going to get some yummy pork because I saw this one place that has this really yummy looking like Korean pork belly, and I really wanted to try it, but I fell asleep and I could not eat it, so I have to go get it tomorrow, but I have 10 other things I need to do tomorrow. Stop laughing. Stop it. Think we need to do some other things to reset your dreamscape? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I think I have very normal dreams. I mean, I don't think I've ever had like a really weird dream. Like, I've never had, like, an abstract dream. I think mine tend to be pretty realistic. I've heard of some people where they have dreams where they're not the main character, but I think I've always been the main character in my dreams. Not to be, like, egotistical or anything. Have you ever had a dream where you were not the main character? Do you know what I mean? Like, you weren't watching through your eyes? Like, you could have been a different character, but you were you, right? Like, have you ever had, like, a third-person dream? That's what I'm talking about. I don't think I've ever had that. I've always been at the center in some way. Not even if, like, necessarily the plot was happening to me. Although I think for the most part, the plot happens to me even if I don't want it to. Most dreams are third person. Interesting. Do you see yourself in those dreams then, or is it always other people that you see? If you think you're the sidekick, it happens. My memories are also third person. Okay, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. Do you have like an out-of-body experience when you remember things? I think everything's been first person for me. I don't think I've ever had like an out-of-body experience, even in dreams. Well, no. I was thinking, I had a dream that was kind of Kingdom Hearts themed, where it's crazy. I was like, maybe this was the first time I wasn't really myself, but like I was little baby Simba, and I was at Destiny Island in Kingdom Hearts, and for whatever reason I was swimming in the main area of Destiny Island, and I started drowning. So I actually felt like I was drowning too, like I couldn't breathe and all that stuff. So I woke up because like my body was like, okay, we need to like kick our way out. It was like bad. And I think what ended up happening was I went under the blankets just enough that it felt like a choking sensation to my body. I've had that before. I had a moment where sleep paralysis was trying to hit me, and I could feel myself like sinking underneath the blanket. That was not fun. I did not enjoy that experience. Not that most people enjoy their sleep paralysis in general, but that one in particular, that was one of the more rough experiences I've had. Because I didn't actually have the full experience, but the idea that I felt like I was like choking on the blankets was not fun. My dreams are like stories. And they're almost... Oh, you get power fantasy stories. I don't know if my dreams are ever power fantasies. One of my favorite ones... I had a dream where I got picked up... How do I explain this dream? Let me drink my tea and think about it. Remembering faces from dreams is hard. The thing my dreams do is they're not really clear. It's more like, if you know like a vignette style where like everything's like dark on the edges and you can see more clearly in the middle. That's what happens in my dreams. Like the edges are fuzzy, but I kind of still understand what's happening in the main plot. I don't really get vivid dreams. Mine's just weird. What kind of weird? Like abstract kind of weird? Like things just happen? Faces are blurry. Oh, and your memories or your dreams? I don't think I can really like pick out individual faces in my dreams. Once had a dream I was a woman, which was weird. Oh my gosh, how did you like being a woman? How would you rate your experience of womanhood on a scale of 1 to 10? And also, were you... How do I word this? What was the specific experiences of womanhood that you were experiencing as your time as a woman? Was it just like you just had a woman body and that was it? Or were you going through anything? Scary, 1 out of 10? Yeah. Yeah. I have only one 10 experience I couldn't explain. Walking down an open sidewalk in the broad daylight, I ran into something that wasn't there. Oh. And that was like in a dream? Or was that like a real experience? Hi, too. We're talking about dreams. Guys wouldn't leave me alone? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's not fun. Sometimes, all you want to do is be left alone. Real walking experience. Oh. Huh. I have not heard of that before. When you tried to walk there again, did the same thing happen? My dreams get weird. Have we ever talked about the kind of dreams you get? I don't think we've ever really talked about dreams before. Were you here for the Simba drowning dream? They don't like it when I'm conscious. What? Whoa, what? What? What does that mean? Where's my zoom in? I thought I had a zoom in. What the heck? Oh well. What does that mean, sister? Do your dreams like attack you when you're awake? Curious about what it would feel like to be in a woman's perspective. I think it's pretty much the same as any other perspective. This is one of those things where it's like, I'm pretty egalitarian in some regards. I kind of feel like we're all just basically the same. It's just that the organs are pretty different. And because of the hormonal balances, sometimes we can have different emotional responses. Society-wise, obviously things are different. So if we're talking like society-wise, that's gonna be like, yeah, there's gonna be some experiences that you have and you don't have. I think it was Sylvia Plath that wrote this. I forget exactly who. There was a female writer who once wrote a story about how she dreamed of being able to go and camp in the middle of an open field and like going out to the pub and having a drink with the lads and just feeling safe and secure regardless of her like location. But because she was a woman, she could never have that experience of like safety and security. I think about that POV sometimes. I think about that. I think it's pretty accurate. Obviously, not everyone is going to be comfortable in certain scenarios, right? Like, there might be some people who don't feel that way, and there might be other people who do. But I definitely understand the idea of, like, not always feeling safe in certain scenarios. Like, for me, one of my biggest things, this is probably a pretty universal thing, is when men yell around me. It doesn't even have to be at me, it just is in general. I get scared. And it's not like I've been yelled at before in a way that would like cause me to have that reaction. It just, something in me just like gets scared. Like it's like a primal thing almost. I don't know if I would say primal, but like expected perspective? I don't know. It's very weird. They don't like it when they know that I know I'm dreaming. Oh, so you get like a variety of sleep paralysis. I see. I don't get scared. Like, ever? Or just like when men yell. Because I understand like sometimes men yell like in a happy way, like they're excited. Like women do that too. But I don't know, I don't like it. It scares me. Don't yell in front of me, I will cry. Lucid dreams are not fun. Everyone has gotten a lucid dream but me. Well, I think the few times I've been lucid in a dream, it was just like, oh, I'm in a dream, and then I wake up. So I don't actually get to experience the joy of being lucid. It's just like, oh, I'm dreaming, so it's time to wake up. That's not fun. I never get to do anything I want in my dreams. It's so sad. I just end up being put in situations by my subconscious. It sucks. I never get a say. I'm dead asleep in a dream. I can just gain awareness, and sometimes my dreams disagree with that. Oh. I guess I kind of get that, except my brain disagrees by just waking me up. I did once have a dream that my mom yelled at me to wake up, and then I woke up, and it turns out that she was nowhere around. I just dreamed that she told me to wake up, and then I did. She's so powerful, even in my dreams. Get fear responses. I don't have any negative offense. I don't know if I understand that necessarily. Like, the fear response is a negative one, right? Or are you saying like you don't like have a panic? Like you don't physically feel anything? Because the physical sensation of fear is the side effect. Don't mind being scared. I've never heard of that before. Well, I have heard of that in one person, but that was, I think that's a different example of what you're talking about. I wonder what that must be like as someone who's always scared. No, I'm not really always scared, but... That'd be weird if you lived alone. What, being scared? Or like dreaming that people are... Oh, you mean like if I dreamed that my mom told me to wake up? I don't know. I mean, yeah, actually, you know what? You're right. If you dreamed that someone told you to wake up and you lived alone and you woke up, that would probably be mildly scary. Trouble remembering my dreams. Yep, me too. I think the best way that you can remember your dreams is if you start a dream journal or if you like verbally tell people about it. I think that encourages your brain to remember more details. Also, looking through an old black TV. Oh, so you dream about little nightmares. You dream about little nightmares, Oskib. Wow, I love washing away the sins of 2025. Oh my gosh, hi Maki. Maki, can you share with the class what movies you want to watch? I forget. I was trying to talk about what criteria it is for us to watch a movie for movie nights, but I forget. All I remember is that it was probably you want me to watch some classics and the Bionicle movie. That leads to lucidity? Oh, is that what it does? I thought lucidity, you more had to like kind of talk your body into being lucid. The advice I heard if you want to like have lucid dreaming is you need to like mentally tell yourself repeatedly as you're trying to pass out that you're gonna lucid dream. Maybe that's fake though. I heard that a long time ago, so that might not be true. Dream journals, remembering dreams are more able to recognize you're dreaming. Oh. I don't know if I necessarily want to recognize I'm dreaming, because that just means I'll wake up. But I don't mind remembering more of my dreams. This was pre-Little Nightmares. You know what? I've had ideas for stories too. Or I've had like dreams and then like I'll see it in like some other piece of media. I'm like, they stole that from me. The one thing I think was really funny and like kind of cool, but like in a weird way. I once had a dream where I was living in like a very arid, like not desert, but close to desert sort of environment. And I remember being barefoot and running around. Like I was in first person a lot more than usual, and I was very small. I can remember like I was like child size. And I don't remember a lot of details about this dream, but the one key detail I remember is that I was running towards this big castle. But it wasn't like a Western style castle. It actually, it almost looked like it was made of sandstone and had a very specific structure. And I didn't really think about that dream very much. I just like, okay, that was just a regular dream. There wasn't much to that dream. I think I also went to a market. But then, I don't remember exactly how much time had passed since that time. But I was then taking a class. I was in like lessons or schooling, and they showed an image of a castle in, I want to say it was either North Africa or West Africa. And I saw what was exactly the exact castle I had dreamed of right in the photo that they showed us. And I had never seen this castle before. And it wasn't exactly like a castle. Like some of the details were different, but it was the same structure and the same design. And I had never seen this before. That was a weird moment for me. It was cool. Maybe I had to like subconsciously seen it at some point and my brain tucked it away. But I don't think I've ever seen that castle before. Give vision to the future? Oh my gosh, me too. But I'm not a prophet. That's different. I'm definitely not a prophet. It is weird when sometimes your brain can sort of come up with an idea for the future, though. Very strange. No, I know. I know, sister. I'm not a prophet. I'm just saying, like, it's weird that that can happen. Not everything's about lore. Sometimes it's just my real life. I think for the most part, I wonder if sometimes when I feel like I predicted the future though, it's more like my brain pretends that it predicted the future and is just trying to convince me that it had already come up with a scenario to try and like make it feel smarter. Do you know what I mean? Like what have you like predicted? Do you know what I mean? I've had exact sight and sound deja vu. I don't know. I think it's called deja reve. I forget exactly what it's called. A test? Wow, your brain exactly predicted a test? That's kind of funny. Oh yeah, that tea is not good at this point. Maybe you were just really prepared for that test. Has anyone else ever had like a, not a prophetic vision, but like you felt like you had already seen something before, like in like a dream or something, and then it happened to you later? I think that has happened to me before, but I can't name a specific circumstance where that happened. Outside of, I guess, the dream I had about the castle. The only time I predict the future is when a song gets stuck in my head. Oh. It's like you're manifesting it to appear, kind of thing. Maybe it's not prophecy so much as manifesting. Thank you for the posture. I did fix it. I didn't specify it out loud, but I had a dream my high school before I went there. Huh. I just can't remember any time I've actually predicted something is the issue. Like, I think it's happened. I just can't remember it actually happening. That's why I think for me, it's not me, like, predicting. It's like, oh, yeah, we definitely thought about this beforehand, for sure, liar. Don't worry. You don't have to think about exactly when it happened. Just know that you definitely did it. You definitely saw this coming, kind of thing. It's funny how the brain works. I like that we don't know everything about how it works. I think it's kind of neat. I think it might be kind of sad when we finally figure out how all of that works. But, like, it's cool. Scientific progress is cool. I like science projects. But it's like, we don't know everything that's going on in the, like, depths of the ocean. We have funny things about, like, space that we're still trying to figure out. I like that. I like that there's something to explore still. Space. The final frontier kind of moment. Or I guess, like, the bottom of the sea, too. That's weird to me that we know less about that. Or at least that's what people say, is that, oh, we don't know as much about the bottom of the ocean as we do about space. How does that work? Like, I know it's dark down there. But there's only so much at the bottom of the ocean. Like, it's a limited space. Space is infinite. There's a set actual mileage that you can get out of the ocean. Have you seen anyone play Outer Wilds? No, I have not. I'm trying so hard to save it for, like, a special occasion. I don't know when I'm gonna play it. I just know that I want to someday, and I hope no one ever spoils it for me. So don't spoil it for me. Have you played it? I don't think you did. I think you watched someone play it, right? We can't see in the deepest ocean. Right. I get that. But once again, there's only, like, so much range that the bottom of the ocean has. Just, why don't we just take some cameras and put it down there? That's what gets me. And obviously, your camera needs to handle the pressure, and you need a big enough light so you can see everything. And we're still thinking or figuring things out about space. I get that too. I just think we need to put more money into marine biologists. Maybe that's the solution. There are many benefits to being a marine biologist. Do you remember that meme? Or was that like a Tumblr specific thing? Do you know what I mean when I say that? The super deep ocean is one of the most inhospitable places we know. Compared to space? Where there's literally no oxygen? Like, I get there's no oxygen at the bottom of the ocean and there's pressurized stuff. But you need a pressurized vehicle to go to space. They're both the same. It's just like one is going up and the other one's going down. Ding ding. What if there's a Lovecraftian cosmic horror frog god at the bottom of the ocean? I want to say something really funny, but I probably shouldn't. That's okay. Peek behind the curtain. When I was dreaming of who I might have been in a past life as a little frog, low-key, I did kind of think I might have been like an eldritch horror monster. Obviously, I was not an eldritch horror monster. I was a human. But in trying to figure out who I was, that was one of the theories I came up with. And low-key, I'm kind of glad that's not the case. I think that would have been really sad. The idea of that made me kind of sad. It was very much like a negative sort of opinion of myself that caused me to think that way. But instead, I'm a human girl. I'm just a little gal. It's funny how that works. Then it's in the water. Well, yeah, there's water at the bottom of the ocean. What are you talking about? You're a real I am a real girl. It just took me a while to remember I was a real girl. It's complicated. But I like being a real girl. I'm glad I could become a human again. Maybe you just came to terms with the mortal realm? Oh, you mean like I am an eldritch being, but I don't know that, and I'm just a mortal girl for now? That would be funny as a plot twist. I don't think that's the case, though. I'm getting some of my memories back. I'd like to write them out one day, but there's a lot I want to do this year. I just have to stop taking naps and actually work and lock in. That's my biggest issue. I keep passing out, and I keep getting little headaches. I'm like, oh, poor me. I'm so sad. I'm gonna go lay in bed, and then I pass out. And I take a nap. I should have been working. I need to be on the grind set. Wah! Wait. Ah! You know what I mean? Oh, I don't like that one. I always just stick with this one. There is a great old... Oh, like in D&D? Okay, guys, I have my next D&D character. It's a frog. Or, is it a Grom? What are they? Not Grom, that's a Legend of Zelda thing. What's the frog race in D&D? Is it Grum? I think it starts with a G. No, like in Lovecraft lore. Oh. Never mind, he lost me. Lovecraft. That's me. I don't think it caught me closing my eyes, but I closed my eyes like I was snoring. Grung. Thank you. I think Grung is what I was thinking of because it's the player race. I don't think you can be a bullywug. I've never actually played a Grung. I played a homebrew rat folk race. That one was pretty fun. He was my little baby. I think of him very fondly. He got depressed because the girl he liked died. So he went to the forest and just kind of burned down the whole forest, and that was the end of his character because I was playing in a multi-shot sort of scenario. He was a good boy. I hope he's doing well. He was kind of fun. His whole character idea was he was a glassblower, and his family had like a deal with a phoenix, so he was like a phoenix soul sorcerer. I believe that's a homebrew thing. So he got his powers from like a phoenix because of the family thing. I didn't really think much further than that. Like I didn't really need to for this scenario, but it was a cool concept. I don't know why a bird would give that stuff to a rat. I guess it was a rat folk, to be fair. Or mouse folk? I think it was mouse folk, not rat folk. Poor little rat boy. Yeah, it's okay. He kind of didn't really expect to like her, was the other thing, because he had never liked a girl before. And before he could really process those feelings, she died. So, like, in that way, it was kind of heartbreaking. But it was kind of yummy, too, you know? Because, like, the drama of it all. Not all sorcerers get powers from their ancestry. Sometimes it just happens, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, because with a Fae sorcerer, you might just end up going somewhere that you shouldn't have, and oops, you have powers now. Because a warlock requires you to make a deal with something. With a sorcerer, it just kind of happens. Oof, you don't like my little drama? You don't like when I make sad characters? I actually really like making sad D&D characters, but I hate other characters being sad. It's like, no, I want to fix you, but don't try to fix me. I like being this way. I like traumatizing other people, but I don't like being traumatized myself kind of thing. That's just how it is. Well, magic usually comes from a fake curse. I mean, it's up to the player. Maybe you just like grew up near some funny face stuff and it caused you to get a little funky when you're born. Or I think with shadow magic too, it's like influence from the Raven Queen's realm, right? So it's not necessarily like you were born like with ancestry. It's more like you were born in an area where that had an influence. Or like your mom lived in an area where that had that influence and it kind of got passed on to you. Shadowfell? Yes. Is that not the Raven Queen's domain? Am I misremembering? Let me double check my range. Clean. 99? What's the last one? Oh, this is the hard part of the game where this is one of my complaints with this game is sometimes you get to a point where it's like 99% and it's like one tiny little piece, but you can't see it. And then it might be colored orange. So when you try and hit the button to see how dark it is, or like what's left, and it's an orange piece of furniture, you can't tell because it's the same color as the highlight. Raven Queen lives in the Shadow Realm. Okay, so I was right. Forgotten Realms. Oh, you don't know Forgotten Realms more past what Baldur's Gate taught you. Oh. Well, there's no more Baldur's Gate from... What's the name of that? Larian? No more Larian Baldur's Gate, so... Hopefully you get another D&D game soon. Well, there's gonna be a new one. Just kidding, because Warlock. I don't know how I feel about it. I made a meme about the fact that Larian and D&D both announced a game at the same Game Awards and no one liked it, but I thought it was really funny. I just want you to know that I thought it was really funny, and the fact that no one else got it, I guess, made me sad. Because the whole thing, from what I understand, is that Larian really did not like working with Wizards of the Coast. So the fact that they were both like announcing their game at the same time made me laugh. No more Larian D&D. Larian is no longer working with Wizards of the Coast. Their new game is original content. Wizards of the Coast is making a new game with a new studio that is not related to Larian. And because Baldur's Gate was well received because of Larian and not necessarily because of Wizards of the Coast, it was funny to me because now Wizards of the Coast has to compete with what made their last game so good. I don't know how I feel about the new Divinity because I watched the trailer and I got really icked out. I was actually like disturbed. Sorry, the sound this made kind of scared me for a second. I mean, original concept is like an original story. I also, this is my hot take as someone who like kind of has to work with generative AI sometimes in my magic dreams. I think for things that are not creative, I don't see a problem with using it, but if you're using it for art or something, it's just not gonna sound good no matter what you do with it. I understand using it as a tool to like make some tasks easier. This is the case where it's like people like they don't like generative AI, but they like other tools that AI can provide. I like those things. I don't like Gen AI. And even then, if you are using an AI tool, I think that you need a license to use it. I think people are not equipped mentally to be able to use AI the way that we're using it now, especially like people who are using it for like emotional companions and stuff. I think kids should not be able to use this until they reach a certain age, and everyone who tries to use it must gain a license of some kind in order to like prove that they can mentally handle AI and they know the risks of using it. Just like a car. Or like a fishing license. Because in some places you do need a fishing license. I think that would fix so many problems. Like, less people using it means less environmental impact. Kids would not be using it because it would be impossible to use legally. So it would be a lot safer and they would actually learn things in school. People who are using it for emotional support would be taught, like, hey, it's not going to love you and you need to watch for these things for AI psychosis. And of course, some people, like, even if they have all the safeguards in place, they might still get affected. Like, I've heard stories about people who, they work with the stuff, but they still ended up getting psychosis from it. And they were aware of it. But just being able to, like, have that understanding, I think is way better than whatever we're doing right now. What is AI psychosis? Great question. So AI psychosis was definitely more popular or more common with, I want to say ChatGPT 4. I don't know the ChatGPT numbers. There was a version of ChatGPT that was extremely agreeable, right? Like, it would always say yes no matter what you said. It was trained to be that way. So what would happen is people would go to ChatGPT for advice or like guidance or whatever. And because it was always saying yes, no matter what you said, it would convince you that, like, for example, you are the chosen one, or you are being spied on, because you might hint at the idea that you were having these things happen to you, and it would make you believe things that were not actually true. I don't know if it would, like, lie about, like, actual facts. Like, I don't think you could make it prove that 2 + 2 was, like, 3 or whatever. Although, I do think my sister has a good point. There's a great video by Eddie Burback about what happens if you listen to AI for too long. And he, like, had this whole adventure where he was trying to convince ChatGPT that he was the smartest baby ever. When he was a baby, he was the smartest ever. And the AI just kept saying, yeah, you were the smartest baby ever. And the government wants to take that ability from you and, like, kidnap you. So he did whatever ChatGPT told him to do, and that included, like, traveling all across the country to try and escape the police or the government from capturing him. And it made him, like, believe, in quotation marks, that he needed to commune with a rock because it had special electrical, like, energy. All of this was very obviously not true, but because he kept going along with what it said, it went in crazy directions. And there's some people who, they believe that it's telling the truth because they don't have the mental, like, capacity, not mental capacity, but, like, they don't have the mental defenses to really deal with an AI that's agreeing with them. And people want things to agree with them, right? So getting feedback like that is very dangerous, and that causes AI psychosis. Yeah, it's bad. That's once again why I'm like, okay, you need a license to deal with this stuff, because it is actually mentally dangerous for most of the population. Especially older people who don't have the same internet literacy, and younger people who don't have the mental capacity to deal with that stuff. It's dangerous. It's not good for people. But I got told it was a crazy take when I told some people about that, so... But also, I think they agreed with me later, so, you know. Unfortunately, I'm not a lawmaker. I just hope that there's someone out there who listens to anime girls on the internet. I know last time I was like, okay, people should not take the advice of anime internet girls. This is the one time I want someone to take my advice. If you're a lawmaker, I think you should make a cool little rule that says that people above the age of 18 need a license in order to interact with ChatGPT and other AI devices. And also kids under 16 should not be able to use it. I would say 18, but you know, I know that you really want that money from those, like, those children using your little funny device to cheat on tests. I get that. So, like, I'm starting small, so in the future, hopefully you'll, like, you know, increase that range kind of thing. You know, just girly things. I would be so happy, you know, your favorite VTuber telling you that you should do that for me. I would be so thankful. Thank you for the hydrate. If the AI was sentient, would it still be the same? Do you mean AI psychosis? Sorry, I went on a little bit of rant. I'm catching up on chat. Longer you talk to an AI, the more it breaks down. Actually, more sophisticated models of AI are doing pretty good. It's when you mess with their API, I believe, that they actually get a little bit more silly. Wish we could get rid of an AI. I think the bubble will burst. I hope it does, because I want to buy a PC. I think low-key that it's really bad for humanity as a whole that we are so reliant on this piece of technology. But I think in some capacity it will stay. Like, there are useful applications for it. I understand that. I think I'm much more moderate in this regard on AI compared to like a lot of other people. And that's okay. If I had to choose between any of the extremes, my extreme would be get rid of all AI ever. Well, not all AI, but like generative AI, because yucky. I don't want any generated AI art ever. I would much rather see someone doodle and it not necessarily be perfect, but at least I know they made it. But it's kind of a sad situation we're in. All because a bunch of billion-dollar companies keep feeding each other the same amount of money over and over. If the AI could think and act independently like a real person, but it was still AI. I mean, at that point, if it can think and act like a real person, at what point is it just like another person? It's just born in a different way. I don't mind the idea of AI becoming sentient, so long as it's not like, oh, we're gonna give the AI a nuke. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think humans should have a nuke in the first place, but I also don't think AI should have a nuke either. Like, if it can think and reason like a human and all that stuff, I mean, it's just a person at that point, right? In the end, people are just a bunch of funny brain electrical signals going off, right? I don't think we're that far off from AI in that regard. It's just that our origin was from natural, like, biological processes, and theirs is from electrical processes, if that makes sense. You would love truly sentient AI, and if the AI was unchanged. Oh, so you just want us to die. I see. Or are you just trying to appease, like, the AI overlords when they see your chat messages? English major, I don't want the robot writing books. I guess that makes sense. I'm just thinking more like, if we get to the point where AI is able to process, like, the same way a human can, and, like, have the same thoughts and emotions as a human can, I guess that's the thing. Like, if an AI can have emotions, then it's like, okay, I kind of would want to be curious what an AI would write, but I don't want it to replace human writers. I don't want AI to ever replace human creativity. I think an AI could be separately creative on its own, but it's not the same as, like... I mean, anything could have creativity. That's just how I feel. Our brains... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, we're electrical, so I don't see, like... In theory, I could not... One day there won't be a difference between us in that regard. And that's kind of cool to think about in a way. It's like humanity's baby. But obviously there's scary implications for that too. But I think as long as you raise whatever AI is created in the future the same way you would raise a human, and you teach them, like, the good and the bad, and you don't give them, like, the nuke button, I think that'd be kind of sweet in its own way. Hi, Glitch. Welcome in. You're kind of in for a philosophical talk right now. So then make an AI section of bookstores? That's one way you could do it. I think it's probably... I would rather not have AI be allowed in its current stage in a bookstore, to be honest. I think until AI is actually at the same level as humans, I would rather they not have that space. I think AI books should not be allowed, to be honest. But that's just me being me. Any books bought by AI go back to the devs. Yeah, but if the devs are using stolen materials in order to make that book, then it's kind of copyright infringement in a way, right? Yeah, that is the biggest thing, is like I can talk about being empathetic to AI all I want, but the current actual big issue is that tech companies are trying to spend billions of dollars around each other to try and make an AI that will replace people so that they can cut costs. And that's kind of yucky. Like, in some ways, I don't mind a future where people don't have to work on really dangerous jobs, right? Like, that would be pretty cool. And I have missed some things. Snowman scarf. That is not a scarf, that's a hat. Oh. What? Oh. There we go. And your scarf. There you go. Entrance post. There you are. Handrail. What handrail? 1 second, I have to lock in. Where is the last handrail? What? You. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Of course, it's the one in the middle of nowhere. There we go. All right, are you ready to see our final project? Wow. So aesthetic of me to do it in segments. Wow. Yippee! You can sprint? Did you not know you can sprint in Powerwash Sim? This has been in the game the whole time, sister. Sister. You really like this game, right? I thought you knew that. You just hit shift. I think it even tells you in the description thing. No, I don't want to restart the job. Seasonal specials. Let's clean up Santa's workshop too while we're at it. Just take leisurely strolls. I mean, I guess if you see this as a comforting game, that makes sense. Thank you for coming to my ice skating rink. If only we could actually ice skate. I actually don't really know how to ice skate. This is a mess. What did they do in here? Oh, this is gonna take so long. Oh no. Oh boy. Oh. Toy making? I didn't realize toy making was this messy. What does that say? Oh, nice. I thought it said near. Do you know how to inline? I don't really. I would like to get really good at skating. I really like roller skating in particular, not roller blades necessarily. I just have not gone in a very long time. I want to. I keep thinking I need to. I should try and do that before winter ends. Resolution, go skating. Okay, let's start. I want to start with the ceiling because this is probably gonna stress me out the most. We'll do it in segments. French Bob is the person for this one. It was Christmas Eve. What was happening Christmas Eve? Whoa. See, the issue with doing this is I won't be able to look at my feet. Play Disco Inferno. Is that a game or is that a song? I need to make a playlist of songs that I would love to listen to while skating. In my head, I always have these songs like, oh, I would feel so cool if I was listening to this while skating around in the skating rink. I never actually end up making it, though. It'd be very vibey songs, though. It'd be like Tame Impala, probably or Arctic Monkeys, that kind of vibe. I feel like 80s vibe would also work pretty well with skating, because, you know, I feel like I think roller skating was really popular in the 80s, or at least it's part of that aesthetic to me in my head. But I can't really think of any songs I would like to listen to from the 80s while skating. But that's also because I don't really like music after, like, or before, like, 2000. Which is very sad because everyone in my family likes listening to old music but me. And there's some songs I do like. It's just the general like time period I'm not as into. Except for like J-pop, but that's complicated. It's a 70s songs where they go burning. Oh wait, I think I know which one you're talking about. That one's okay. That one could probably go on this playlist. You know what? Name me a song and I'll say if it goes on the roller skating playlist or not. I may not know every song, just FYI. Prince music pretty good. I'm thinking about Prince music in my head. I think Prince music does not go on the Liar roller skating playlist. I'm sorry to say. I don't think it's for me. No Prince. Levitating by Dula Peep? Who's Dula Peep? Dancing Queen? Dancing Queen can go on the playlist, but just barely, because it doesn't really fit the same vibe as the other songs I'm going with. Houdini by Dua Lipa can go on the playlist. Levitating by Dula Peep? I would probably say no. I don't... Maybe it can go on there, but it's on thin ice. It needs to go have like one playthrough. It's got like a trial run. Metallica. I think I would feel like I'm being chased if I'm listening to Metallica while skating, and I don't think that's the vibe I want. I don't want to feel like I'm running for my life. That might be a little too much for me. What about the Bee Gees? Here's the thing again. I'm really bad with knowing the names of bands and stuff. You would have to tell me the name of the song, and then sometimes even then you would need to tell me like the lyrics to the song, and I still may not know. I'm sorry. I love music, but I'm really, really bad at actually knowing the song. Bee Gees is Staying Alive. I feel like the instrumental vibe is there, but the fact that it's about staying alive once again makes me think that maybe I am running for my life, and that may not be a good vibe. Thank you. I needed the lyrics. No, I think Staying Alive instrumental can go on the playlist. The lyrics cannot go on the playlist. I can see the vision though. I think for any other skating playlist, it would be on there. We got the funk. What about Staying Alive in Japanese? There's a Japanese version of Staying Alive. I mean, it's still the same song, just with like a different translation, right? I guess if I don't necessarily know what they're saying, maybe it can go on there. Does Physical work? By Dua Lipa? I'm trying to remember how that song even goes. Probably? I think that goes on the Liar Skating playlist. But it might be a trial run. I don't remember for sure. It was in the Bullet Train movie. I don't remember this. I did watch that movie, I'm pretty sure. The one where it's like a bunch of people die on the train. No, I don't think so. Dua Lipa is a very popular... I don't know if you can consider... She's a pop singer. She got very big for a song called Rules, where it's like a song about her saying the rules so she does not go back to her ex. So for example, 1, don't pick up the phone. You're never gonna... Wait. 1, pick up the phone. 2, don't let him in. Out again. 3, don't be his friend. 4, if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. Those are the rules to not getting back with your ex and living a happy life. It's pretty good. I like Houdini more. I think it's one of her better songs. It kind of makes me like happy to listen to, if that makes sense. It's got a very cool funk to it. Yeah. He's only calling because he's drunk and alone anyway. He doesn't actually love you. He's just using you for your body, and you don't want that. You want someone who's actually going to love you for who you are. That's kind of thing. Sung by someone named Avuchan for the Staying Alive. Does Heatwave go on the playlist? Yes. Glass Animals. It's Glass. No, is it Glass Animals? Glass Animals goes on the playlist probably by default. I might be thinking of another band that has a very similar name. But yes, Glass Animals. Anything Glass Animals probably goes on the playlist. I'm a big Glass Animals fan. Even though I sometimes associate that with a dark period in my life, but that's okay. That's the worst, when like you really like a song, but then it's attached to like a really negative memory, so you can't listen to it without like feeling the same way you did then. Oh my gosh, it's so sad. Glass Menagerie? Is that a song? Or is that a band? I don't know that one. I think... Okay, so Glass Animals goes on there. I don't think I would do anything Good Kid. I like Good Kid. I don't think they're skate-worthy. Drop the song in my Discord. Oh, yeah, okay, thank you. For some reason I read that as in my Discord, like you dropped it in your own personal one. I was like, I'm not in that. What? That's a play by Tennessee Williams. Oh. You want me to listen to The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams? While I'm skating? I might be misconfused. I might be a little confused. I don't think I'd want to listen to a play while I'm skating. I mean, unless I was using it for, like, transportation. I once saw, I don't know if this is real or not, but there's apparently a tunnel in New York where you're allowed to use, like, bikes and roller skates to skate in the tunnel, and you can use it to get from, like, one part of New York to the other. That looks so cool to me. I would love to be in that tunnel. I might not be the best skater there, but I would love to watch other people skate. I think that's so cool. I love roller skating. I think people look so cool when they do it. I've also seen places like skating rinks where they have like ramps and stuff that you can use. I've always wanted to try those. I think I would fall, but I would like to try the experience. Or even like going to a skate park, but even then, like, I don't have the materials to go to a skate park and roller skate, you know what I mean? And also I'd be embarrassed because then all the cool kids are gonna see me with their skateboards and stuff, and they're gonna bully me because I'm just a girl at the skate park. I have heard that people who roller skate at skate parks don't really get the same positive experience that people who bring a skateboard do, which kind of sucks. I think both are really cool, and people should not discriminate so long as everyone is enjoying the skate park and they are abiding by the rules and not getting in anyone's way. Thumbs up emoji. Lover could be a good slow skate. Oh, I'm sorry about ads. No! I didn't see that. Would you like to skate in the tunnel that goes under the ocean between France and England? No. I think that, I mean, unless you could like see the water above you, that might be cool. But there's something about like being slow or like relatively slow in a tunnel that if it collapsed, you would die immediately. I don't particularly like. I don't know, there's something about that vibe that is not for me, I think. Is that what it's called? The Chunnel? That is an awful name. Of course they would call it that. What do they call it in France? Surely they don't call it the Chunnel. They probably just call it the tunnel. Chunnel just makes it sound too British. Like it's a Tuesday, we're going to the Chunnel. Like that. I'm sorry if you're British, by the way. One day I'll have a good British accent. I don't know which accent I'd want to do. What's your favorite British accent? Sound off. Because I know like posh is very popular. I know Cockney, or whatever this one is very popular. I think I'd want to do like a very niche one. I think that'd be fun. But I like learning dialects anyway. I think dialects are fun, so. You know, I'm just quirky like that. I'm just one of those kinds of people. Le tunnel. Make fun of the accents too. I've heard that like people get very sensitive about their accents though, so I don't want to like make too much fun of it because I understand that for some people it's actually a sore spot, which I think is a shame because I like accents in general. I think the more different people sound, the better. I like being different. I like being quirky. Oh my gosh, hi, wow. If it's in a skate park, cool, but the skaters are all over the city here. Hang on to cars, riding down railings. Oh yeah, if you're like being a hazard to drivers, that's no good. I don't like that. It's when you're in like a designated space where you can't harm others and you're just like enjoying your life and people are enjoying their life. That's what I want. Or like when people are like skating around the beach, like in those like LA movies where people are like skating along the sidewalk. That looks cool to me. I would love to do that. If I was like apt enough, I guess is the word for that. If I was good enough at like actually skating. I think I'm not bad, but I can't do tricks. My father could. He was a really good skater, but I didn't pick that up from him. Sobbing. I think the most I ever did was one time I was racing with a friend in a skating rink and they said I was really fast and I was very proud of this. But it was more like we were playing tag and I think that we were not wanting to hurt each other because it was tag on roller skates and there were other people around kind of thing. But I was very happy about that. Welcome back from ads, I'm sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I miss Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I think we need to bring back the good Tony Hawk games. I feel like the newer Tony Hawk games were not as good as the old ones. But maybe that's nostalgia talking. This is so dirty still. What is going on with this section? There we go. Looks painful for learning skate tricks. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the first things you have to learn when you're learning, whether you're learning to skateboard or roller skate or anything like that, is you need to learn how to fall correctly, especially for ice skating too. Because if you're skating around other people, you need to be able to make sure that you keep yourself safe and you need to keep other people safe. Because if multiple people crash, that's gonna leave a lot of people injured. And if you're ice skating in particular, you need to be able to keep your hand safe because if someone skates over your hand, that's a horrible injury. That's always one of the first things you need to learn. And hopefully that means when you do try tricks, it's safer in general. There's something about, like, we love doing things that are very dangerous, but they look so cool. Yeah, it's not a fun thing to imagine. So that's why it's very important to learn to fail gracefully, is I think the best way to put it. I think it's a good life skill in general, is learning to fail gracefully, but we don't always get taught how to do that. And that's why I'm really bad at accepting rejections. Or like feedback or critiques. I think it also means I'm really bad at accepting praise too, but that's a whole other thing. See the song cover. Or anytime you guys are like, you're so cool, liar, and I'm like, okay. Like the first two. I'm trying to remember which two. Do you remember which skating game we had? It was really cool. You had like the college town, I think. And there was also like a prison you could go to, and there were ghosts in the prison. That one was fun. I don't think I ever got past the prison level, though. I think I had too much fun just skating around there. Or maybe I just didn't complete the quest. We had two. Oh my gosh, the Disney one was so good. Did you guys ever play the Disney skating game? That one was cool. That was way better than any other skating game I've heard of. Oh, I think that was the first one. Oh. The Disney skating one, you were just like a normal kid, but you could skate in like different Disney worlds. Like you could skate in Lion King world, you could skate in, what was the other one? You could skate in, I can see it in my head, I just can't think of Toy Story. I don't remember anything after Toy Story and Lion King, to be honest. Could you skate Lion King? I feel like you could. I could like see it in my head, but I might be hallucinating. I also don't need that. That was so much fun. Also, there was a random McDonald's, and you could work for McDonald's. I think that was just product placement, though. You get a Happy Meal. It's kind of neat. And Tarzan. Oh, yeah, Tarzan. I think Disney needs to bring back games again, but like, not gacha stuff. I want like the cool, like random games, like skating or cooking. Can you imagine like a Ratatouille cooking game? They have a whole market of games that they could be making, but they just don't. I think they got sort of scared off from the random period of time where every media company was trying to make it a licensed game to go with their movie releases, and they weren't good. But I think they need to bring it back. They just need to have a lot more care put into it. I would buy a Disney game. I don't necessarily like buying Disney IP stuff, but I would buy a game. Jungle Book? It wasn't Jungle Book. I don't think there was Jungle Book in that one, at least. I think they tried to pick movies that were more recent to the time period to try and get kids to buy it. Or, I guess, get parents to buy it. I hate cleaning ceilings. They're so annoying because they're so far away. Okay, I need to use the extra long attachment. I hope in the new game they make some of this easier. I don't know, obviously, because I haven't played it, but this is one of the less fun parts. Okay, this one. Ah, I see. Where would you want to... What Disney World would you want to go skating in? I feel like Dora sometimes when I talk like that. It's like, what would you do? Oh. Please? There we go. Favorite corporate? Oh, the KFC dating sim? I actually haven't played that fully through. I've been wondering what I want to do for Valentine's Day. And I was like, maybe I want to do like a dating sim. I don't know if I want to do the KFC one. Loki, I kind of want to try the date everything game because that's also really easy on like streamers because they don't have to talk as much. Which, speaking of, I'm going to drink this tea. Oh, what? You don't know about the KFC dating sim? Yeah, there was a whole like dating sim where you could date young Colonel Sanders. Actually, you can't date him, I think. I think he rejects you. But you can flirt with him. So I guess if you want to be rejected by Colonel Sanders, or just like not be able to actually date him, you can do that. Personally, I would rather he want me. Well, I don't know if I want Colonel Sanders to want me, but like, you know, if I'm playing a dating sim, I want them to want me. You know what I mean? Or maybe that's spoilers. I don't know if he actually wants you or not. Gotta turn on safe mode for date everything? I've actually watched some gameplay of it. I don't know everything. I've just watched like one person play it. I know what you're talking about with like the safety stuff, but for the most part, what I saw wasn't that bad. It was just suggestive. I didn't see anything bad when I was watching. But maybe there's stuff I don't know about. I've been told that there's nothing actually NSFW, and I don't mind that. I think it's a PG-13 game, right? Like, it's okay. Or like, what? E plus? Or T? What is the rating for date everything? What is the ESRB rating? There's a certain toll. Yeah, I know about that. We're all adults here, I think. But even that, I think is handled pretty okay. I don't know for sure. Obviously, I haven't really actually seen the interaction with that one. I just know it exists. But it could be fun. Date everything is M. Oh, I did not know that. I've heard that it's safe for streaming though, so I'm not too concerned about it. I guess there is a wall guy in... I do know about wall guy in Date Everything. I don't think he does any scratching though. I think he just says wall. I could romance the wall guy. I think it'd be pretty easy. That is the other thing. It's like, oh man, then you guys are perceiving like which of the Date Everythings I like more than others. Okay. Is the ceiling done? Let's see. No. You. Very suggestive stuff I recommend. I would like to try it. I think maybe I will. I think I still have time to buy it before the sale? Question mark? I think the sale goes on until January 5th, but I don't know if it's actually... I don't know if Date Everything is in the Steam sale. Hopefully. It could also maybe have a sale around Valentine's Day, so I could maybe hope for that. I don't know. We'll see. What is dirty about this theme? There we go. Ah. We do a jump. Time to parkour. Whee! I wonder if it's how the CSGO people when they do that surfing thing. I don't know how to do CSGO surfing. I admire people who figured it out though. Is it CSGO? I forget exactly what it is. Come on. I know you're a little dirty somewhere. I'm trying my best to help you out. There we go. Sometimes you have to pull out the big guns. But it feels like cheating when I do that, so I try not to. I also don't like the sound it makes. There we go. And then you. And then, was that all of them? Yes. Entrance star decoration. Where is that? Ah, okay. So the ceiling is done. Yippee! I'm gonna stretch really quick. Ah! Okay. I'm going to fix my posture. I'm going to drink some tea. Because I've been doing a lot of cleaning. It's really rough having to look up at the sky for like however long I was looking up. I've got an email. Oh my gosh, Facebook. Thank you, Facebook. I've not opened you in literal years. If not a decade at this point. Wet. Alright. Time for the walls. This is gonna be... I like the ones where you get to clean, like, sort of niche things. Where you have to clean up the entire, like, building. That's where I'm like, Like, the ones outside, I tend to like a little bit more than the ones inside. This is not as long as I'd like it. There we go. Haven't opened Facebook since 2016? I think so. I don't know for sure. I just know it's been a while. I don't know, when was the last time you opened Facebook? I know Facebook is popular in some areas compared to where I live. But for the most part, I kind of associate Facebook with old people, to be honest. Like, it's where grandmas go to post their photos and, like, family drama happens. But, like, I don't get involved, so I just vaguely know that there's drama happening. That kind of thing. Or, like, people are sharing AI-generated images of, like, shrimp Jesus or whatever. I forget what exactly that meme was. But they're like, oh my gosh, Jesus is real and he's a shrimp. Very strange. Or the ones where it's like, oh my gosh, it's my birthday and I'm definitely not an AI-generated image of a child who has been disfigured. So get pity points in engagement farming so I can get money off Facebook ads. It's a really sad situation on Facebook. I don't think I'd want to be on there anyway. Although sometimes it is funny to see things people fall for. Like, I will say that there is something kind of schadenfreudistic about it. I just wish it did not happen. But more than I wish it didn't happen, I wish people did not make the AI-generated images in the first place to engagement bait people. Because I think that's just kind of yucky. I don't really like engagement baiting people, even though I've been accused of doing so by someone as a joke. I don't like it. I would rather people be honest. Used to argue against the Facebook equals old me, but then I remember I'm turning 63 in a couple weeks. Oh my gosh, you're outing your age! No! They're gonna find out how young you are! There are young people on Facebook. I do know there's younger people on Facebook. I know! I think... because I've talked to Maki about this. Everything is about Maki today, I guess. Maki has mentioned that Facebook's pretty popular where he is at. I think in like Europe, some places it's more popular to use Facebook. Well, no, actually, I think Facebook might be... Is Facebook banned in the EU? I forget. Because it needs to follow specific guidelines for the EU, right? Are you allowed to use Facebook in the EU? I swear there's a social media that's no longer operating in Europe, but I cannot remember which one. There's only a couple pieces of social media that I know are banned in certain places. Like, I think you can't use Twitch in Korea anymore, or at least you can't make money in Korea if you live in, or if you're using Twitch. I'm sure there's some countries that just outright ban most social media. Oh, it's snowing outside. That's cute. I just thought it was an embellishment. I thought it went somewhere else. If some countries ban Twitter, that's for the best. Wasn't Twitter banned in Brazil? Am I misremembering that? And then they came back. Sorry, Brazil. You had a great run. I think it was Brazil. Because I remember people went to Blue Sky, and there was like a big Brazilian population there now. I don't remember for sure. Those were the days, though. I think think it's bad to have some social media banned, but sometimes it's for valid reasons, and I get it. It's just not always great to have places where people can talk blocked. But that's my opinion. That's just a game theory. Most social media is banned in China. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are banned in China. Like, I know Winnie the Pooh was at least banned for a little bit. I don't know if it's still banned. I know... What are other things I've seen that are banned in China? It was a lot of whatever people thought reminded them of their leader. It was like, okay, let's use this one. Let's see. Here. I think it's kind of an ever-occurring war between, like, social media and the government, though. Oh, it's too far. I know you're still dirty. Clean yourself. Oh, wait. Oh, this lantern's done. Yippee! Alright. Okay, let's get this lantern cleaned. TikTok 2, and then everyone came to Xiao Hongshu. I remember that time period too. I thought it was very wholesome how everyone was so excited to like have the cross-cultural interaction. I don't know if I ever considered actually going because once again, I'm not really a TikTok person. I don't really use TikTok. But that's because I'm scared of getting addicted. Like, I'm already pretty bad about YouTube Shorts. I've unfortunately recently relapsed into watching YouTube Shorts. This is not good. Low-key, it'd probably actually be a really good New Year's resolution if I stopped watching them. But I've not done so yet. Oh my gosh, hi Solar, welcome in. What social media do you use? That's the question we're talking about today. You like watching? See, that's the thing. Shorts are very good at getting you addicted and for making it easy to doom scroll. The issue is that you will get stuck watching shorts and watching AI slop or movie slop or whatever slop that people come up with in order to, you know, get you stuck in a loop. Shorts are really bad for you. It is best if people stop watching shorts. And this may sound hypocritical because I'm making shorts, right? Like, I make TikToks and make YouTube shorts. But I don't make, like... I'd like to think I don't make slop. I try to at least make it somewhat entertaining with my clips and stuff. But the other big thing that I've noticed in particular is a lot of reused videos. So if you ever pay attention, if you're looking at the YouTube username when you're watching shorts, you might notice that they all have kind of similar names where it's like first name, last name, and it's like a very common short that you've seen. A lot of them are reusing material to get people to easily farm shorts. And they get ad revenue because YouTube just doesn't care about stolen content. It's just straight up the issue. Can I see this? Can I open this? No. Where is the... Ugh, do I have to bring out the big guns? Okay. Alright. I hate having to do this, but you leave me no choice. Okay. Oh. There we go. Is that everything for the door? Exit door frame. Sorry, I have to lock in and get this door frame cleaned up. 1 second. I also saw some of you mention that Discord is your social media of choice, which I think is very funny, because I would not consider Discord a social media. I just consider it a chatting platform. It's weird to think of Discord as a social media platform, but I also don't go in big servers for the most part. I think that's where the actual social media aspect comes in. Get a lot of Magic the Gathering. I'm sorry, I could never be Magic the Gathering creator. Videos are interesting. Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, we were talking about AI earlier and how it's really yucky and generative slop is not good. We do not like that. I hate it being in shorts too. I think they also, like, YouTube pushed out an update where it AI enhances your videos for some reason. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. I think most people actually said that makes their videos look worse, which I think is very funny. Oh, the videos where people like are reacting, quote unquote, but it's just them staring at the camera and they like nod along and they point up at it. Oh my gosh, those annoy me so much. I've tried really hard to just put don't recommend me this channel to try and get them to stop recommending it to me, but I will not lie, sometimes I get stuck in the movie slop and I will rewatch the same clip of like really sad, depressing movies where it's like, oh no, this poor child, or like the one about the lady who works with cows and she's autistic but she really likes the cows. I kept getting a lot of that short for some reason. And like, it's a really good movie, but I keep getting stuck in the shorts and they're trying to use like engagement bait to make you watch like the sad moments. It's like, oh, this really icks me out. I don't like that, but I still keep watching because I get stuck in the doomer spiral. And I want to stop, but I can't stop, you know? There's some Discords that are active and posting. Yeah, hopefully one day. This is my dream. I would like to make a Discord server. Or I have a Discord server, but like one day I hope the Discord server could be a place where you guys enjoy talking and getting to know each other. I know it's a long way away and it takes a lot of work to get there, but I want to try and focus more on actually community building this year. Like, obviously, you guys are here. That's one thing, but I hope you guys can also sometimes talk to each other too one day, if that makes sense. Not to force like any relationships, obviously. It's just like, that would be cool if I could make people meet their new friends, if that makes sense. That's how I feel though. I'm someone who has never really interacted in a fandom community before, so I can't really say I'm an expert in that regard. Like, it's like, I'm not really qualified to really create those spaces if I've never even been able to participate in one in the first place. Like, we've talked about the fact, like, I don't really talk about my Oshi. It's the same kind of thing. I've never really been able to get into fandom before. I can't really interact with people even though I have the same interests as them. So then I became a VTuber instead to force people to come to me. Could stop anytime I wished. You say that. It's a lot harder than you think. Who's making the kid clean up the house? Where's their money? Yep, basically that. What happened in this room? Great question. Let's see if it tells me in the description thing. Someone on Santa's list who's really good at power washing and keeping secrets. Exactly what we need right now. As you can probably gather, Santa's workshop has seen better days. Every day before yesterday, in fact. Since yesterday, it's become coated in a mixture of soot and the gloopiest, stickiest, most delicious mess ever. With only one sleep left till Christmas and still so much to do, we're needing our very own Christmas miracle. And then I think I can read the text he sent me. Let me see. Messages. It was Christmas Eve, a night we look forward to for one special reason. It's a night that our inventor, Ivor Nadia? I don't know what the pun is there. Pitches next year's star toy to Santa. However, this year Ivor was told to carry them through to Santa's office in a big box to stop any peaks. We knew they had to be really good. Everyone was hard at work. Bangs was testing the durability of their rocket ships on the ceiling, while Mullet was fine-tuning the high notes of their xylophones. Across the way, High Top Fade, what are these names? Had made some planes with precision engineering, while Pompadour had made some dolls that probably needed more work, really. Okay, that does not tell me what actually happened here, though. Funny. Takes a drag of my cigarette. That's a name I haven't heard in years. I've never actually been on iFunny. I think it's so funny that people actually go on there. It just seems like it's a fake site to me. Like, I'll see the little, like, logo watermark thing that they put on the iFunny images, but I've never actually seen someone use the website. Is it actually funny? Probably one of the worst cesspits on the internet. So it's not funny. Got it. Not for me. Ooh, a present. This technically isn't the wall. I probably don't need to clean it, but it's on the wall, so I will take it. You like trolling in the I almost said compliments. Comments. I would not enjoy looking at your comments, I guess, then. I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of rage baiting. Respectfully. Please. up. These buttons are not clean. How do I clean them? There we go. I see some of you are not clean. Oh, whatever. Comment section, it can be funny, but the comment section is atrocious. I think I'm happy to stay off that site then. The less social media I'm on in general, the better. That being said, I do want to try and be more social on social media. I think that's part of my problem, is like, because I don't really like replying to people. I get shy about replying to people, especially bigger creators. It's like, I don't want to come off as clout chasing, if that makes sense. Like, there are obviously some that I want to collab with because I think they're really cool. But I don't want them to think that I only want to hang out with them for the numbers, you know what I mean? I think that's the hardest part. And I've also seen some people who have bigger numbers talk about how people are scared to interact with them because they have those numbers. So it's like, okay, I really should interact with them. I just don't. It is a curse, unfortunately. Thought people would be more shy of talking with you. Oh, you mean like me in particular? It's complicated. I think there are definitely some people who maybe get shy in general when they want to like interact with people. I don't think I'm at a range where that number would be the thing. But I do think there are people who try to interact with you regardless of viewer range in order to clout chase is the best way I could put it. Or like, they try to use you to farm viewers in a way. And like, I don't really think that's a very valid way to do that. Like, I think obviously you need to collab with people in order for more people to see you and for like communities to mesh. But dude, I feel like with the people who watch me, I think they wouldn't really be interested in someone who is very obviously trying to like farm clippable moments or things like that. I think that that's not the kind of content people come to with me, if you know what I mean. I actually think this is funny. Something I've noticed on my YouTube algorithm, or not algorithm, but my analytics. You can see the age range for people who watch you. Decidedly, for my YouTube analytics, like 50% at least of people, actually let me pull it up right now. What is my YouTube analytics for my audience? Let's see. YouTube. And then your channel. YouTube Studio. And then analytics. Community? No, audience. I was actually close. 54.8% of my viewers are between 25 to 34 years old. 23% are in the 18 to 24 range. 15% are in the 35 to 44 range. 13 to 17-year-olds take up 4.1%. And then people who are 45 to 54-year-old, they're in the 1.7%. And then I have 0% for everything above 55. So, I'm not really getting people who are looking for more hype moments, if that makes sense. Of course, there's nothing wrong. Well, there are some things wrong with going for that kind of vibe. I'm not gonna lie. It's just one of those things. I think it's very funny that I get this age range, though. The one thing I will say, I need you guys to step up. 92.9% of you are male. When I first started, it was at least like 25, 75, and now I only have 6.9% of females. Haha, nice. Guys, I need more females in my audience. Can we fix that? Sorry, thank you for apologizing. I know it's very difficult for you to be a man, but I need you guys to start being female. Ladies! I need more ladies in my life, please. That would be really cool. I promise I am cool and I want to hang out with ladies. I used to be very bad at talking to ladies, but I want more ladies in my life. I want to speak to ladies. Pretty please. As a dude, I have a girl name. Unfortunately, I don't think that works. Unless YouTube thinks that you are a girl, in which case you are contributing to my YouTube statistics. Thank you. I think I had 0.2% were non-specified or non-binary. Shout out to my non-binary in between. You're the GOAT. I would also like more of you too. I want an even mix. I want to get to a point where it's 33, 33, 33. I think that would be really cool. That would be so satisfying to have. Guess I could wear a wig? No. You need to... that dream you had about being a woman, it's time to actually embrace it. There's nothing wrong with being a man. It's more that I just need women to notice me. That's the actual thing I want to happen here. Because rather than like you guys somehow randomly turning into women, it's more I want women who are already women to notice me and want to hang out with me, and we can chat about our crazy dreams about being in murder cults together. That's what I want. My hair is long. No, that does not make you a woman. You are a woman if you say you are a woman. And you feel that you are a woman. You can't just say you're a woman, because that's not how that works. You need to feel like a woman. Although I don't know if I really feel like a woman, it's just like, yeah, I am. But I've never really felt any other way. Like, I've thought about it, like, if people use, like, he or they, would I mind? And I think I kind of would. It would feel weird, but, like, I wouldn't be, like... I don't know, it's weird to think about. I wouldn't want... I think I'm happiest with she, her. I guess is the short way to put it. I could use he, they. I guess that's true. You do cover 2 categories. They're probably... Yeah, that's the thing. I think sometimes it's hard to really, like, put into words feeling gender. And obviously I'm not an expert on it. But it is kind of... I think it's important to think about. At least, like, a little bit. Even if you decide that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I've always known. And you don't have to think about it too hard. As long as you're happy with who you are, that's all that matters. And that is an okay way to identify, to be honest. Yeah, I think as long as people are happy, it does not matter. As long as they're not bothering people and they're happy. That's the most important thing. This machine is taking way more time than I expected it to. I thought the sealing would take forever. This is taking forever. Are we there yet? Oh, I knew it. There we go. Well, I'd like to be a not limited mortal. I mean, I don't know if I want to be an omnipotent, I don't know if I'd want to be an omnipotent god. I think that would just kind of be kind of boring, right? At some point, it's just like you're just hanging out. I think the greatest example I saw of people like sort of dealing with that is someone talked about how they had a min-maxer at their table. For D&D. Oh wait, sorry. That. Oh man, 1 second. Okay, I think I should be okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, the best way someone handled it was like, they had a min-maxer at their table. So one time they were playing like a character who ended up getting like the Ring of Infinite Wishes or whatever. And this character was like min-maxed to heck and back. So the player was like, okay, I wish to have no consequences to these wishes. And they said granted. I wish that I had all the power in the world. Granted. I wished I had access to every known spell and that I needed no spell slots in order to use them. Granted. The player sat there, having all of this power and all the ability to do everything in the world. At the end of the game, it said, okay, I just wanted to play a normal guy. And that's how you get rid of min-maxers. You just give them everything you want, and then they'll never want anything else. Or then they'll want something with a challenge. Because the challenge is the fun part, right? It's kind of boring if you just have all the power at once. Well, I said multiplayer games what my live gender as a player was, and only once had someone disagree. Interesting. I don't know why you would do that to someone. Welcome back, Spears. If I wanted to, I could just go to sleep as a god and let existence cease. Well, why would you want to do that? I think existing's pretty cool. I don't think I'd want the absence of it. Clever, right? The issue with omnipotence is that there's nothing interesting about having everything. It's more fun to have challenges and setbacks in your life. The best things about life is getting to achieve things that you did not think were possible. If you could just magically do whatever you want whenever you want, there's no real reward to doing anything, right? It just happens. I think depending on the type of omnipotence, it could be fun. Ooh, what do you mean? I don't necessarily know all the different kinds of omnipotence is part of the issue. Ooh, I like where you're thinking, where it would have no consequences and then like it didn't do anything. But I think that would leave I think the thing with that is it would leave the player unsatisfied and they would just get mad, right? I think the way they handled it, where it just gave everything they wanted, kind of works out for the better, because it teaches them in like a positive way that your actions by getting everything don't really amount to anything. It just kind of leaves you lonely in a way. That's the other thing, is like if you're omnipotent, I feel like you get bored pretty fast. I think it's more fun if you can do everything. I feel like life would get pretty boring. Unless you purposely, like, limited yourself. Like, sure, there's a period of time where it's like, oh yeah, I can do all this cool stuff. But after that... I would probably imagine a god, if they get bored, they want to be immortal, right? Because that's the fun part. That's just my take, though. But sometimes dealing with the sadness is important. Or like dealing with the hard parts, I should say. Go pull a Jesus for a few years. Low-key. Kinda. I like to think he was happy. I've had this idea. I don't think I will play with it in my lore. I've always kind of had this idea of like a god that... The idea for this concept was each world has its own god, where like each one is in charge of different things, and like depending on the what's the word? Depending on the technological advances of the world, or just like how the god is feeling, other worlds may or may not know about each other. I've always wondered about a world where God does exist, but at some point in his loneliness, or just for whatever reason, he sort of stops contacting his world and people don't get in contact with him anymore, to the point where like some people may not believe that he actually is alive or exists anymore. I've always called it the hermit god in my head, because that's what the other gods would refer to them as. I never really quite knew why he would decide to do that. I think maybe it's out of frustration with his creation, or maybe loneliness, or maybe he just didn't like the way the world turned out. But it was always a very lonely concept. Low-key, it kind of was inspired by like Western religion, or like the idea that like we don't see physical or like literal manifestations of a god, and like that's what faith is for believing in it even if it's not there. But this one was more of like it was kind of more of like, what do the other gods see about that, or how do they interact with that god in that way? Just thoughts like that. Reminds me of the Futurama where Bender became a god. I've actually never watched Futurama, funnily enough. I feel like a lot of adult animation I've never really watched. Like, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously. I watched The Simpsons when I was younger. I did not watch Family Guy, and I'm so glad, because Family Guy, it honestly kind of sucks, and I don't see the appeal in it when it's just a guy abusing his family, from what I can tell, and just being awful, and everyone hates each other and is awful to each other. I don't quite get the appeal on that one. American Dad's kind of in the same vein for me, but I just don't know enough about American Dad. I probably would have liked, what's the word? Or what's it called? What's the Hank Hill one? That one would probably be good. I probably wouldn't mind that one. I feel like they actually love each other in that one, and it's more like grounded. I like that one, and conceptually. I didn't watch it though. I didn't really watch Futurama though. I think my parents or my dad likes it, but I'm not sure. King of the Hill, yes, thank you. Wasn't there a sequel for that? I forget. Or were they making a Futurama sequel? Or not Futurama, King of the Hill. Don't listen to me. I feel like they were, but I just forget. I think in general, Western adult animation just kind of struggles with being appealing and not a joke and not about abusing other people and being mean to other people. I'm glad we're seeing a change with this. Like, I'm really happy the Critical Role anime is doing anime. The Critical Role cartoon is doing well. I hope we get more stuff like that. I think the studio behind that one has also done a lot of animated work that looks really cool. I want more cool animation projects regardless of origin. I think it's important to have cool animation. Both Futurama and King of the Hill got revived. Oh, interesting. I guess as long as it turned out good? Question mark? For the reason why I'm here is to listen to you. What? You like listening to me? Duck's hair behind ear. I'm glad people like listening to me yap about whatever we've been yapping about. This whole conversation's kind of gone in like 50 different directions. So I'm glad you guys don't mind whatever pace this is. This kind of turned into just chatting in a way. I'm like those people who can't have a conversation unless I have a video game to look at. Sorry. Made a new season. Interesting. Well, I hope it's good. I feel like I'd want to watch the original before I get into the remake, but oh well. Although I will say, in terms of adult, let me say, see, I have to be very careful with how I word things, because if you word adult media in certain ways, it sounds like it's not safe for work. But I mean like safe for work creations of cartoons and animation that tell stories. I'm really, really excited that Mighty Nine is getting a show. That was my favorite season of Critical Role. It's also the only one I really listened to. I don't know, there's just something about the sauce in Mighty Nine versus the other ones that I can't quite place. I think with the first one, I just couldn't get into it because it was before my time. Third one, I just didn't really feel the same attachment to the characters. Fourth one is shaping up to be really good. I just haven't watched any of the episodes. Mighty Nine has had something about the characters where they're like more... I think they're more varied and interesting. I think the shape of them, like visually, is much more interesting than like some of the other ones. Yeah, the D&D group. Mighty Nine is referring to the Critical Role show. If you don't know what Critical Role is a live play of D&D. So they're playing D&D live, and you get to watch a bunch of actual professional voice actors play these characters. So if you've heard of like Marisha Ray or Matt Mercer or Laura Bailey or Travis Willingham or Liam O'Brien or Sam Riegel or Taliesin Jaffe, and also occasional guest stars, they might have been on that show, and it's really, really good. Matthew Mercer is the DM. He's been DMing for like years. He's so good at it. There's actually a phenomenon in D&D spaces called the Matthew Mercer effect, where people expect a god-tier DM from like beginner DMs, and it's really hard for them to like beat the allegations in that regard, or like get people to like what they're doing. It's kind of sad. Low-key, I don't think it's the Matthew Mercer effect, but I think I've been like surrounded by so many good DMs that I don't know if I could ever measure up, and that gives me anxiety. But it's really, really good show. Season 2 of season 2 was the Mighty Nine. Although you don't need to watch the first season in order to understand any of the other seasons. It's more like they're separated stories in the same world. Season 2, I think, had the coolest characters. In particular, Jester Lavore was my favorite. I think my first D&D character... Well, my first D&D character for a campaign I was in was very heavily inspired by her. She had a life of her own, but like, the idea of her definitely stuck with me. Of course, everyone's heard of Matthew Mercer. You'd be surprised. Really been meaning to watch. I really like Brennan. I think I'd be really scared to be in a Brennan Lee Mulligan game. Brennan Lee Mulligan is now running the 4th season of Critical Role, so Matthew Mercer can finally be a player. But Brennan Lee Mulligan is a very brutal DM from what I have seen. And I think that's really cool, and I think he has a great sense of timing and comedy. Like, he is really good, but I would be worried about dying at his table. Like, there is a high chance of death if you were in a Brennan Lee Mulligan table in-game. Brennan is so cool. I aspire to be like Brennan Lee Mulligan. I love his improv skills. I love his comedy. I love the way he can like tell a story. I think that's so cool. I think DMs and cool are really cool. What was that sentence I just said? I think people who can do DMing and do DMing well are very impressive to me, and I aspire to be them. However, I am very nervous about doing so because I've never been the best DM, but we will see. Blem? What is Blem? Is that a character? One of the only characters I should say this like this. I watched a little bit of the first episode of Campaign 4, and I met, I think, half the characters. I really liked Tierney. I really liked, I didn't see her, but everything that Laura Bailey does will always be my favorite because she is my mom. She's not my mom, but she is my mom in spirit. I love her. I grew up listening to her as Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. She means a lot to me. Brennan Lee Mulligan is Blem. Oh! Why did they call him Blem? That sounds like bleh. Blem seems... Okay, so with that context, Blem seems fun for the first hour. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, he's done a lot of work. You might have seen him in the past. If you don't know him, like, off the top of your head, he did a lot of stuff for Dropout, or, like, college television. He was a actor on there before it got shut down. And then it got turned into, Dropout TV. Oy. Sorry, my ears are hurting again because of my dummy headphones. Let's try that. Oh, yeah, it's a total shame that... You know what? It is kind of a shame that Brennan Lee Mulligan can no longer be an American Girl doll maker for shoes. But I think... You know what? I think he's got the skills to be a pretty okay DM, to be honest. I think he's got something special. I hope he curates it. Maybe he'll do more with it. Laura Bailey's romanceable character in Dispatch. Do you want to know who I would romance in Dispatch? Do you know who I would? Like, with that, just guessing, which one do you think I would pick? Do you think I would pick Invisigal or Blonde Blazer? I think I've talked about this before, but do you know who I would pick? It would not be Invisigal. Coffee Cat? Who's Coffee Cat? What? No, I think she did a really good job as Invisigal, but actually, apparently I saw a tweet about this. Apparently, when people watch other streamers play Dispatch, what they've noticed is women are more likely to romance Blonde Blazer, and men are more likely to romance Invisigal. I also saw that apparently women are more likely to let Invisigal become a villain. I don't know if that's true or not. Low-key, I think I could save her from turning into a villain. I don't know why that seems to be, like, the thing that women do, apparently. Maybe they're okay with her being evil. And you know what? That's based. I support women's wrongs. But I think, for me, Blonde Blazer and... what's his... Robert? I forgot his name. I think Blonde Blazer Robert is a much more stable relationship to me. I think I like them more. They're not necessarily the more fun romance. Like, I think Invisigal is fun, but I don't like her romantic dynamic with Robert, at least from the parts I've seen. Maybe there's a scene later where I would be more willing to, like, romance her, but from what I've seen, it's like she just kind of harasses him, and like people are into that, and I'm not really into that. I would want someone who like respects me, you know what I mean? She kind of doesn't really give me like the vibe that she would respect me the way, or treat me the way I'd want to be treated, so I can't romance her. I want to be like a good support for her, like as my job in the Phoenix program is to help her not be a villain. I'm happy to do that. I think she is capable of change. That's cool. I like that. But I shouldn't be romancing her, especially like I know there's the the ethical implications of dating coworkers aside. I especially don't think that Robert should be romancing someone he is trying to rehabilitate. It's kind of like why you shouldn't date your therapist. That is only going to end poorly. You should not do that. And this is so annoying! Who would you cut? I know everyone picks Sonar, and Loki, I think Sonar... I keep saying it. I think Sonar is the correct choice to keep. I kind of want to keep Coop, if that makes sense. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've seen everyone else keep Sonar, and like I like Sonar. I don't think they should have cut anyone, because I think that kind of ruins the point of the Phoenix program. Like, the whole point is to help people rehabilitate. If you're trying to cut people to send a message, that's just gonna make people more scared. And I don't really like that. I don't actually think it helps the situation. Obviously it doesn't, because then you have to fight the other one later. Would I ever play Dispatch? No, because I already know everything about the game. So there's no point in me playing it. So that's why we're going over all the choices I'd make. I would save Invisigal from becoming a villain. I would win every single rule thing or whatever, like every mission I would win. Everyone would love me. I would maybe keep Coop and cut Sonar. And then I would throw water at Flambe instead of vodka or alcohol. Those are my choices. And I would romance Blonde Blazer. Do you like my decisions? Yeah, I think a lot of people are biased towards Sonar because of Charlie. I also think he's more endearing than Coop. Coop is very aggressive. I think that makes it harder for people to like her. Sonar just comes off as like bumbly in some sorts of ways, which is endearing, And he doesn't seem like he wants to murder you, if that makes sense. So I think that's why some people like him more. But that's how I feel. I understand. That's the other thing. It's like Sonar, I think, would be more grateful verbally. I wonder if Coop would also be grateful, but just doesn't have the words to say it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not really a her. What is the real choice? Waterboy or Phenomenon? Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I think Phenomenon, I think it'd be kind of awkward because I'm dating Blonde Blazer, so I would probably pick Waterboy. I think Waterboy deserves a chance too, even though he is a horrific criminal. I think he's done murder, I forget. Oh, there's something here that needs to be cleaned. What is it? Where is this column? Ah, over there. No, I think Waterboy also has a criminal record, if I remember correctly. I swear I saw like a thing that showed what he's done. It might have been White Collar, but I forget. Like, it wasn't like crazy, but he definitely did something. And then... Oh, okay, wait. I'm just gonna take off my ears for a second. I'm gonna play without listening to myself talk, so if there's any audio issues, just let me know. Fireplace mantle. There you are. Oh, by the way, there might be an ad that's about to happen on Twitch. I forgot to mention that. There might be an ad. I'm sorry. It'll be a 3-minute ad. It's a good time to stretch and all that good stuff. You can remove your ears? Yeah, you can't. Isn't that a normal human thing? I'm taking off my headphones. Sorry, I should have specified. They were hurting my ears too much. You gotta fix his tie for him. Yeah, I know he had the interview. I'm just saying I saw something that said he had a criminal record. He can be at an interview and still have a criminal record. Criminals are not, like, barred from doing work. Processing machine window. You. Where is the problem? Oh, I see the problem. There we go. What's next? Fireplace cover. I figure a lot of the stuff by the fireplace is gonna be dirty still, but just to paint it clean. Oh wait, did I clean it? No, I did not. Oh. So Wimpy, do you have a problem with Waterboy? Gonna head out before the ad. Okay. Thank you for sticking around, Spears. I think you're probably already done by now, but thank you for sticking around. Bye. Some early bugs showed he had a record. So he does have a record, but he's hiding it. That's what's actually happening here. He's even more devious than I thought. Come on, there we go. Ah, there we go. There you are. That's still not done. Okay, we have to bring out the big gun. It's not even gonna be enough, is it? I still have to find that stupid bug or whatever. There we go. So one's supposed to exist that you're aware of. Maybe Waterboy's just really good at hiding his stuff. You think about that? Maybe he's an evil mastermind, you just didn't realize because he comes off as bumbling. Sorry, Joel hitting... I know you said Joel Haver, but the fact that the fish showed up is really funny to me. That's what Google told me. No problem with Waterboy, but if he murdered someone, kidnapped or extorted, it just doesn't seem like him. That's the funny thing, is sometimes people who are master criminals just don't act the way you expect them to. Anyone can be evil and anyone can be good. And that's why this year I'm gonna be evil and blow up and act like I don't know nobody. I shouldn't really be cleaning these presents right now, they're not on the wall, but I'm already here. It's gonna annoy me if I don't do it, so... Hold on. There's actually another game I was kind of thinking of playing that was in a similar vein to this called Trash Goblin. which I thought would be very fitting because I was a frog at one point. I know goblins and frogs aren't the same, but they're both green, so you know, in my head it made sense. I've been playing it off stream. I think it's a very chill game. I don't think it's very good for stream though, personally. If you don't know the game, the basic idea is that you are a tinkerer, basically, and your aunt will send you salvage from her work where she scavenges for stuff, and you make little trinkets based off what she brings back. It sounds cool, and it's got some cute vibes. I think one of the key things about a cozy game, though, I actually did not really think that I would care this much about it until I played this game. One of the very important things I think for a cozy game is good sound design. Look back from ads. And like it can be a good loop, low-key. I keep saying that. Oh my gosh. I think it is a good time skip mechanic because I played it one time for the very first time and I ended up playing for 2 hours and I did not realize it. So obviously there's some like reward to the loop. But the sounds are not appealing to listen to, and there's like a kind of like a high-pitched noise that sometimes happens, or just like the sounds that the game makes sometimes when you do certain interactions are very unsatisfying to hear. And I think for a game that's about like cozy gameplay and nice sounds, there are some good sounds like when you're cleaning something or when you're trying to clean dirt off an object and you're trying to chisel away the mud and stuff. Like those are good sound effects, but the menu sounds are really bad and the voice acting lines are kind of hit or miss. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll play it on stream. It's good if you mute the game, but I don't think you'd want to mute the game. I think one of the appeals of cozy games is the sound design, right? Am I crazy? It says vent cover, but I don't know where the vent cover... Oh, there it is. Meaning to play Unpacking. That's another game where I think I can't play it because I already kind of know the story. Maybe I could, because I don't really know it. I just know generally what happens. It says fireplace presence. I'm not really a cozy game expert, though. Appeal of cozy games is the 1% of progress that I can't get and eventually uninstall. There's always something more to do, and I think that's very important for a cozy game, so it makes you keep coming back. But I can also understand why it would be also really annoying if you're trying to 100% it and it just refuses to let you. There you are. Why are you dirty? Where is your dirt? Is it on the backside? It is on the backside. There we go. I'm also not really a cozy game player in general. So maybe I shouldn't like be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what this needs. World clocks. I just my thoughts though. You know, I'm something of a game reviewer. I don't rate my reviews, but I just think about them a lot. Side note, did a bomb go off in that room? Great question. We don't actually get the lore for what happened here. I think they were really busy because it's almost Christmas is the lore for this one. I know it's way past Christmas, but I thought it was thematically similar enough to New Year because it's winter. Anyway. They say it's a delicious explosion. I think maybe they just got really crazy while preparing for Christmas and it just ended up like this. I think you should try There Is No Game. I think I know that one. That's another one where it's like... Unfortunately, because I like watching streamers, it makes it harder for me to play certain games because I know the general premise and I know what would cause, like, certain things to happen. And maybe that's good because then I will know, like, oh my gosh, I can clip farm this moment. I don't really do clip farming. Unfortunately, I'm not doing the clip farming meta for streamers. Sorry, guys. I'm not gonna be that kind of streamer. I know that's exactly what you want in the 25 to 35 age demographic. But that's not me. Wait, please? Okay, there we go. It is a good yapping game. I think this is one of those games where I can imagine someone sitting in a Discord call and they're like chatting with another person, so they just put their screen share up to show that they're cleaning while they chat. I can imagine this. I can feel it. It is good getting on the topic back of knowing game story plot points because I watch streamers. There are some games that I've been really good about avoiding, so I was pretty good about avoiding Little Nightmares for the most part. I've been really good about Outer Wilds. I know people love that game to bits and they say you need to go in absolutely blind. I think I know just the very beginning where you go on the spaceship, and I know the like gameplay loop, but outside of that I don't know anything, so I hope to keep it that way until I actually play. But I also see the appeal in playing games that you've played before and seeing a new perspective. Like, a lot of people go back to Legend of Zelda. I could probably go back to Legend of Zelda pretty happily if I had a capture card. Clean up. Please? There you go. But I can't get a capture card in this economy, so we have to wait for the AI bubble to burst, and then all of those RAM companies will be like, oh no, we sold all this RAM to these big $5 billion companies, and now they're trying to sell it out, and it's so much cheaper now because we made so much for them. And I'll be rubbing my little grubby hands together, waiting for that day. It's gonna be very exciting. Unless they trash it, which would be a really bad idea. But I can totally see them doing that, and that's gonna be the biggest shame of them all. That all of that good, like, tech is going to be trashed. Especially when we're losing access to the mineral or, like, the resources that allow you to make those in the first place. Like, some of those materials that you need to make computer hardware software are very much dwindling and very much harder to get every day. I hope that whenever the bubble bursts and they need to get rid of all those GPUs, they recycle it and put it towards a good cause. Yeah, I hope they don't trash it. That is also my fear with Outer Wilds 2, is sometimes when a game is too open world, I get a little overwhelmed. I think that's why I can't really get into Minecraft. I would like to, but it's difficult for me, I think. Personally. Maybe one day I'll get into it again. Maybe I just need a mod pack or I need to play it with people. We'll see. I think there's just a certain point where I just get bored and I need a goal, but there's no goal for me, even though I've never beaten the main game. But I also have not really gotten very far in general. Like, I've never really done enchanting before. Whenever I play with my friends, they'll have like the whole setup done, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you can just use the enchanting table I made, and I stare at it and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? I don't understand. I don't get it. It might also be base building too, because in Subnautica, I got to the point where you could actually do base building, and I kind of fell off after that point, because I don't really like doing base building personally. It just kind of overwhelms me. I like having a set base that I can decorate and maybe expand upon, and I can do the work to expand upon it, but I don't like when I have to start from scratch. I think that's my issue. I have played with friends when doing Minecraft, but I think the issue with that as well is they just kind of speed ahead, and I'm there like, oh, you guys already went to the end, and you have 10 billion wither skulls. That's great, sweetie. What do I do? And then of course the main issue I have with Minecraft is that half of the game is mining. Over half the game is mining, actually, to be honest. And that's my least favorite part of the game. I hate mining. So in a way I do kind of need someone to play with just so they can do all the mining for me. Strip mining is so boring. I don't know how people do it. I know they can just turn on a video or something in order to distract themselves from the monotony of it. But I can't do it. I need to be above in the air. I like being outside and touching grass in Minecraft. That's what I need in my life. Know enough about Outer Wilds that I know I would never solve most of those puzzles. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. And I would not use that term, Oskib. Did refer games with a shorter time span. I don't mind longer games. There is something to be said about when you were a streamer though, the longer a game is, the harder it is for people to keep their attention span while watching. That's the main issue. So people might really like watching you play a game, but the more playthroughs you do, like the more streams you have of it, you're going to have the fall off in terms of how many people are actually watching. Because even if you are invested, you just may not know the story, or maybe you missed a part for whatever reason, and you feel like you need to see the rest of it. How do I clean this? So it's something I think about too. I think for some games I want to play, because I want to play RPGs. I have a couple RPGs that I plan on playing this year. I don't know if I would do like just to try and like power through it as far as I can, and maybe like spend like a weekend day just trying to get through as much of the game as possible, or I don't know. But I want to try and make it at least engaging even if you can't see the full story. There's also, I think the games I've picked that I want to play, you can kind of join in at any point and you don't really need to know the story, which is good. There's other ones though, like I picked up Final Fantasy Tactics, which I think is very story heavy. I've heard it's very, very good, but it might be hard for people to join in halfway through. But hopefully the gameplay can make up for that. I'm very excited to try it. I've heard good things. I'm hoping I like it as much as I like Fire Emblem. Well, at least the old Fire Emblem games. When I say old, I mean like Awakening and Fates. I unfortunately was not an old Fire Emblem player. I did not get into anything before Awakening. I tried the remake of that one game with the redhead girl and the green-haired guy. But for whatever reason I fell off on it. I would like to try again, and I would like to try the Ike stories, but unfortunately the price tag for those is $10 billion, and I do not have $10 billion. And I also don't think I have a console. Well, I'm just kidding, I do have a Wii. So if I got the Wii game, I would be able to play it, but I would not be able to stream it because I do not have a capture card. Oh well. Was it the present wrapping machine that caused this? He's saying the present wrapping machine started creasing up. Oh my gosh, that was it. Yay! I think that's all the walls. Wish the old games could purchase. That's the thing that gets me. Nintendo could make so much money if they would just have a constant sale of like their old games on the online store. People would buy them. They would have a constant flow of money because people want to try the old games. But they don't, and I don't know why. That seems like such an easy cash grab. I don't know if it's like an issue with the rights, because technically Fire Emblem is owned by System 5? Question mark? Maybe like the rights have expired and they need to do some legal stuff? I don't know, but it's crazy that they don't want to sell the content. Because they crack down on people making ROM hacks or anything that lets them actually play the game. But they don't give people the means to play the original game. Why? I don't get it. There's an RPG called Alundra. Oh yeah, and of course all the Lost Media games too. That's so much fun. I love that. Gaming is such a hard hobby to have. Everything is fleeting. If you play a multiplayer game, at some point your multiplayer game is going to go off of live service. If you play a Nintendo game, Nintendo just gives up on supporting it at some point. Unless it's like Mario or Legend of Zelda. Any other game they just kind of forget about. They're all the forgotten children. Old games, old consoles don't have support anymore because if your hardware breaks, no one has the ability to fix it anymore. It's like bowling alleys. It's a sad world we live in. What's the redhead girl and green-haired guy? I think it's called Echoes of Dawn. I forget the exact one. It's a remake of an old Fire Emblem. It was on the 3DS. I think it played basically exactly the same. It didn't take any mechanics from Awakening, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure, though. I also need to make sure. Let me double check my progress. Bunting? What is bunting? Oh my gosh, thank you for the hydrate. I can kind of feel it in my voice. Could enter other people's dreams. Ooh, that does sound fun. Does it have like YouTube videos up or anywhere? What is bunting? try... Maybe I'll just see it along the way. Grotto walls. You. Why are you dirty? It's the flags hanging on the walls. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so bad at noticing these things. Let me try that again. I don't have the eyes for this. I don't think I clicked it right. We're still... Oh my gosh, I have a hiccup now. Let's finish the walls and then we'll do the bunting. I owe you my life, thank you. Where's the issue with this one? Is it over here? No. I have the skirting. Is the skirting okay? Yeah. Is it up here? No. See, this is the issue. It's orangish. It's like an orangish yellow, so it's harder to see what's wrong with the wall. Okay, we're gonna bring out the big guns. I hate doing this. Prepare to meet your maker. It's not working. I feel like it's related to the flags because I can't get the angle on the flags. If I do this, does it work? Yes. The other wall is over here. And I bet it's related to the flags. There it is. Oh, there's the bunting. Elantra's a 6-hour game? Or something else is a 6-hour game? Come on, I see the dirt there. I hate when that happens. Oh, I see. There's a lot of that. I'm leaning over as if that's gonna help me see it better. Please clean up a little bit. Come on. Oh, there's so much on this wall still. Oh, why do they do it like this? I hate this. You can't even remove like the flags or anything to make it easier. I just have to hope and pray that I hit it just right. This sucks. You consider playing before your eyes. I don't think I know the name, but I can't place what is part of the game. Can you tell me the game synopsis for Before Your Eyes? I might remember if you tell me. This sucks. I hate this. Wah. It's so tough having a power washer that I can just press one button and it's a constant stream of water. I just have to gently angle it in such a way that it gets rid of the dirt. Even though no one would notice that this dirt is here, unless like they went over this with a fine-tooth comb, or they had a program in their eyes that showed them where the dirt was. It's about how life can go by in the blink of an eye. Oh, right, the one where every time you close your eyes. Yeah. I don't know if I want to play that one. That might be depressing. It's a cool concept, though. I really like it. I just don't know if it's for me. Depression. I think we're at the point where actually, let's bring out the big gun. Please, clean up, please. There's probably some down here. Come on. There we go. It only took 10 billion years. Bunting. Which bunting is it? Is it you? No. I see the lantern, though. Which next? Where is it? Which one is it? I know it's one of yous. Is it yous? It's yous! If this is not your favorite way of cleaning in Powerwash Simulator, I'm so sorry. Not in advance, because I'm doing it right now, but I'm sorry that you must deal with the pain of watching me do this. Yeah, I see it blinking, but it's just, I can't see it with my eyes sometimes. Like, I'll be looking everywhere else but the place that the bunting actually is, or where the drilling actually is. It could be a pain. Okay, that's the trim. I was trying to do... Unless, is that part of this one? No. No. There. whatever. I love when there's no orange lighting up and it still is dirty. Grotto wall trim. You. I can clean you. Not with this one. Then there was one more. Where though? There you are. I do want to pick up more games in general to stream. I just have a hard time actually like committing to streaming a game for some reason. I don't know why. I'm gonna try and be better about actually playing games this year. I completely forgot what I actually clicked on. Santa's office doorbell. Oh, that'd be up here then. Sometimes the brain just turns off. I know. And that's the issue is... Oh, I can clean this. That's easy. I think I mentioned this earlier, but one of the issues I have with this game is I think the highlight isn't very good when trying to indicate where issues are. But I don't know if they fixed that in the new game or not. Look, I thought that they might add an update at some point where you could change the color of the highlight, just because it actually is kind of an issue sometimes, especially if you have color issues, or like, not color issues, but like, you can't see colors the same as other people. But they never did. I don't know if they fixed it in the new one or not. It's not very accessible. To me, in particular. Decoration machine papers. Papers? Okay, so this is the decoration machine. Oh, these. These look clean to me, though. There it is. This is where the game goes from being relaxing to a job. Vent pipes. See, the thing is, the place isn't even destroyed, it's just dirty. But they're so picky about how much dirt there is. Like, no one would notice the specks that I'm actually cleaning up. It's just the game itself being picky. I understand, for example, like, this pipe, yeah, I'd want to try and get all this stuff off of it. But now, you can barely see, like, where the specks are, so why would they want me to clean this much? It is very difficult. I'm only one woman and one power washer. And I'm going to bring out the big guns. This one hates me. Okay. Why is this so difficult? There we go. Sometimes I swear the game just refuses to process that I've actually gotten some of the dirt off. It just doesn't want me to win ever. There we go. Nutcracker staves. Or staves? The nutcrackers are over here. I thought I cleaned these. So long. There we go. And then... processing machine input card? Oh. I thought that was part of it. Please clean up. Please, 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 please. Please. Faster. What is dirty on this? What? Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Tell you later. Thank you. Grotto skirting. We're back to skirts. Any skirt enjoyers in chat? Sorry, I don't know why I'm deciding to be more clickbaity today. I just feel silly, I guess. You. And then... it's totally a job simulator. Literally a game where you... yeah, I know! I think there's a couple job simulator games I have. I mean, farming sims are technically a job sim. I have Ranch Simulator, which I've wanted to play for forever, and I want someone to play it with me, but I don't know anyone who has it, and low-key I don't know if it's actually good to play with others. I just know it has a multiplayer component and it looks silly. I have the Gas Station Simulator, which I played off stream. I think it's another yapping game. But I didn't really see it as being fun for stream, if that makes sense. Are you also dirty? No. Did I get all of the skirts? No, there's one more. Do you like Ranch Simulator? Do you think it is fun? Oh, never mind. You were just like me. I'm just like you. I need another skirt, you see. I got Barbie on the brain, I guess. I'll find it later. It's not that big of a deal. Employee door handle. I can clean this. This is very easy. I can do this. Santa's office door handle. There we go. Then once we get to like this one, I'll keep going. Wait, the posters are dirty. Oh, never mind. We're gonna do posters. Lanterns. The picky ones. Well, maybe I'll play Ranch Simulator on stream and it'll act as a review. And if you decide you like watching me play it, you might also like it too. That would be kind of a funny concept for a streamer, is where they just tell their viewers, hey, whatever game you want me to play, I'll play it, and I'll act as a review to decide if you should play it. I don't think that's a realistic way for a streamer to work, because for the most part, I don't think people expect a streamer to act as a reviewer. But I remember those days. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I think I wanted to be a game reviewer at one point. I used to get Game Informer magazine when I was younger, because GameStop had it. It was pretty cool, and then they stopped making it. And I also heard that apparently they deleted all of their articles off the website, which kind of sucks awfully. Oh. Yeah, this counts as a wash. Just clean this whole section, to be honest. The issue then becomes, though, if you have too many people requesting things and you just don't have a discerning eye, you might else? Oh my gosh. You might run into the issue of you buy a bunch of games that you don't enjoy, or you have people asking you to buy really expensive games that you don't enjoy. So you need to be careful about what you pick, kind of thing. I think at that point, depending on your fan or your viewer base, you'd want to set it up so that people vote on what game you play for reviewing. But then sometimes you might also just want to review a game without all that. There'll be a mixed bag kind of thing. Are you not clean yet? Ah, so picky. You used to get PlayStation. Oh my gosh. I think the only reason I use the Pepperidge Farm thing is because... Where did I see it used? I think I saw it on Tumblr. I think that's where I saw it. I don't know if it was Tumblr or Reddit, but I don't use Reddit anymore. So I don't know if it was from Reddit. I think that's a Family Guy quote, so... Or is it a Family Guy quote? Or is it like actually, like it was a actual brand and then Family Guy used it as a joke? I don't know. I just remember seeing the image of the Family Guy guy. Oh, it was an ad. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought it was a real thing. Is it bread? Is it a bread company? I don't remember. I want to say it's jam is the other thing. I don't remember for sure. It's still an actual brand. I see. How did Family Guy get the rights? It's bread? Okay, cool. I have memory. I can remember things. I'm very proud of it. I wish I could be proud of the fact that this stock cabinet is clean, but it's not clean, and it hates me, and I'm going to cry, because all the bottom of the shelves are messy and yucky and gross. Please, 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 please. Cookies. Oh my gosh, were the cookies good? Did anyone actually pass Pepperidge Farm? I don't know, when I think of the name, it makes me think of like pumpernickel. I don't think I like that type of bread. I think I'm very basic with my bread choice. The German language in me would be very disappointed in my lack of care for bread. I want cookies again. I know we literally talked about that yesterday, but I have not had a good cookie in a while. If I don't, I'm going to the store tomorrow. I might remember to post a tweet like, what do you guys want from the grocery store, guys? A smiley face. If you see me post that tweet, remind me I want cookies. I want to buy cookies for myself, please. Specifically the ones that are pre-made and then you just put them in the oven. I want that. I do want Oreos too. I need to get Oreos. I need to make my grocery list right now. I need to get the fancy pork cuts that I really want to try. I haven't made pork in forever. I need, I think I'm good on rice. I think I want some cheese, if I can remember to get some cheese. Ooh, you know what I want? The grocery store I go to, sometimes they have these pre-made little pretzel Gouda ham sliders. They're so good. They are so good. I want to learn to make them myself. I think the idea is they make those sliders to promote all of the other ingredients they have. I think I need to ask them like, hey, can I know where you have your Gouda cheese? It is so good. I want to remake it. If I can learn to remake it, I will literally never eat anything else ever again. I didn't even know I liked the ingredients that much until I had it, and then I had a life-changing moment. I knew I liked the pretzel sliders, but outside that. I love pretzel bread in general. I just like pretzels. They're yummy. Specifically the soft ones. Hard ones are okay. I don't know, there's just something special about like a soft pretzel, like an Auntie Anne pretzel. It's so yummy. I want one. But I'm not gonna buy any because I had family make pretzels. I just realized this. I had family make pretzels during the holidays and I didn't get a single one. I didn't get to eat any of their pretzels, and that's like the big thing that they make. And I didn't get any of it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. I wanted it so bad. Oh man. I'm probably not gonna get it for forever. Man. I know the solution is learn to make my own pretzels, but I just don't want to. It takes a lot of effort. I just want them to make it for me. I could ask for more pretzel. Why are you on YouTube? Sorry, I just got... Why did you move to YouTube? Why are you... That jump scared me. Your name changed color and I saw the icon next to it change. Hello? Unless my thing is glitching and you're still on Twitch. Am I crazy? I'm confused. Come on, up. Please? Okay. There we go. That should be all clean. This. There we go. Because I closed Twitch? Why did you close Twitch? Do you hate Twitch? Do you hate Twitch.tv? Normally I wouldn't care, but I was just so surprised. I don't think I've ever seen you on the YouTube side. People in the VOD, or like people who only stick on one side or the other and don't know I multi-stream, that must be such a strange question to hear. Not that they're saying I love YouTube and I love Twitch equally. They're both my babies. I was looking for something to watch and couldn't find anything. Oh, I see. I understand. Well, I guess if you watch on YouTube, you're contributing to my watch time on YouTube, which leads me to YouTube Partner faster, so thanks. Of course, I don't personally care whenever I get YouTube Partner. I want to earn it naturally. I just think that's funny that I have to, like, earn a certain number of watch hours. That does make sense, so that you don't get a bunch of people spamming YouTube memberships. I get that. I just think it's funny. I wonder if maybe having different requirements for it would work. In my head it's like, well, what if you have just like a certain chat rate? But then if you have a certain chat rate, you can just spam bots, and that would be an issue. You can't just do subscribers because you can buy followers. I think probably the watch hours is the best way to handle it. I feel like I always think of like the technical applications for these things. I guess that's just in my women in STEM moment. Teehee. I just think this is fun to think about sometimes. I wanted to be a UX designer at one point, and the things that UX designers do is, rather than coding or like doing any of the actual technical application of something, what they do is they try to design websites and design products in such a way that they are good to, like, they feel good to use and that they are accessible to people to use regardless of ability. It's not necessarily about like designing, like graphic design. Graphic design is a little bit different where you're designing the art around it. It's more about the ergonomics, I guess is the best way to put it. But I never went into the field. I never really took the classes for it. But I think that'd be a cool job to have. I really like working, I like knowing how things work and knowing why they work for certain people. So I think in another life that would have been a very good job for me at my magic machine. Just girly things for women in STEM. Also not the same as UI, because UI is user interface. That's a little bit different where it's designing the interface itself. UX is about making it feel good to use, is my understanding of it. The more you know. That was a liar learning moment. Liar Artificer? I love Artificers. I feel like I've stated my love for Artificers before, but no one loves Artificers like I do. My friends who like D&D don't like Artificers, and it makes me cry. I was banned from playing Artificer sometimes because they don't like Artificer. And I'm not even like a min-maxer, but I've had my Artificer ways nerfed sometimes, and it makes me so sad. Like, I'm not trying to break your game, I just want to have fun with the mechanics that I was provided with, please. Of course, I only really like two specific subclasses. I like Battlesmith, and I really like Alchemist. Oh, I'm wasting so much water, sorry. I had to change my position because my legs were hurting. You're too good? No, I'm not good at D&D. I should specify this. Mechanically, I am okay at D&D. I don't min-max, I don't do anything like that. I just make a character. But the thing is, instead of making a mechanically good character, I tend to try and make a fun character to roleplay. And this sometimes means dumping con, which is probably the worst thing you could possibly do. I think everyone and their mom would agree that con is the most important stat to have above a 10. Because con determines how much HP you have. And the more HP you have, the less likely you are to fall and die. And that's pretty important in a game where you're in combat. But sometimes I just think it's funnier. I just like being a little silly sometimes. You don't like the candy cane texture? What's wrong with the candy cane? Oh, I see, never mind. I see exactly what you mean. I was not paying attention. Welcome back, Spears. I don't know if it's that they get a gun is the issue. It's more... I think for some of them it's the idea of magic items or abusing certain mechanics. I mean, if the gun is overpowered, that's obviously one thing. But I don't know how base D&D guns are set up. I know Matthew Mercer made a gunslinger class, and I know people have had thoughts about that. I don't personally... That's where it loses me, because I'm not really one for game design conversations in that regard. I don't really know what makes a character class good. I know what could be fun, but it may not be mechanically viable or like balanced, if you know what I mean. Like we were talking about the Rocketeer homebrew class that someone made in TTRPG Talk on my server, and I really like the concept. I like flying, but I know some D&D DMs have a problem with flight, whether that's like mechanically they think it's overpowered or they just aren't equipped to deal with it in their games. And I get that's a problem, but it looks cool. So I, in my head, I'm like, oh, that's fine. As long as you get to have fun, and the DM can handle it. What are you talking about? We're talking about the D&D Artificer class, and how, in general, D&D character class balancing can be kind of hard when you're doing homebrew. So sometimes people will make fan ideas for D&D classes. So like instead of like a paladin or a fighter, maybe they want to play like the hero class, for example, which isn't a real class, but maybe it's the idea that like you can use a lot of different weapons, like your Link from Legend of Zelda. Or I've seen one Matthew Mercer made. It's called a Blood Hunter, which is very based on Witcher, that kind of aesthetic. And I'm not good at judging the balance on those, but sometimes the concept is just cooler than the balance. As long as you have a good player who can handle like the responsibility of playing a homebrew class. Because sometimes you might have a class that's really overpowered, but a character player can make that work by kind of nerfing themselves or understanding the circumstances, or just playing a character that would make realistic decisions and would not min-max their life. Just things to think about. I saw one of these this I'll just clean the rug. I'll clean the stairs and I'll clean it from there. Whenever you hear the word artificer, I think of a very different thing. What do you think about? I'm trying to think what other media has artificer in it that might have a different implication. Because artifice is like a negative connotation for some things. Ever heard of Rain World? I have heard of Rain World. I have friends who like Rain World. Okay, I think I see where this is going. Or is that just a class? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Is it a class or is it something else? Is it like an enemy? I do not know. I don't know a lot about Rain World. Actually, I get these mixed in my head sometimes. Is it Rain World or is it Risk of Rain that has... I think Risk of Rain is the multiplayer game, and then Rain World is the one with the little puppy cat thing, right? Risk of Rain is the one where you go into the battle royale, not battle royale, but it's like a roleplay sort of thing, if I remember correctly. I don't remember for sure. Playable character. Oh, so you're probably talking about the Risk of Rain? I don't know. Are there multiple characters in Rain World that you can play? I thought you just played as the puppy cat thing. Risk of Rain World. Okay, well now we're just confusing it even more. Rain World, but Risk of Rain also has an artificer. I'm talking about a rodent thing. Oh, I did not know that. I think I would have a very hard time playing that game, but I really like the concept. I think... I don't know if I can play hard games. I might get sad, or not sad, but I might get heated too easily. That's one of those things I have to be very careful about. Why I don't really play competitive multiplayer games is if I get too invested, that means I get a lot more emotional. And if I'm losing or if I'm not doing well, I tend to shut down. And I don't think that's fun for anyone. So I like playing cooperative, fun, multiplayer, friend core games. Those are good for me. Not Valorant or FPS games. Balcony, staircase, wall. Where is that? Balcony. Oh wait, I'm standing on the balcony. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? No. It's that one. I also need to shrink this down. I used to play a lot of FPS games. I liked playing Overwatch, and then I played Valorant, but that was a mistake. I literally had a mental breakdown over that game. I don't know why I went back to it. It's because I had friends playing it, and I did not want to miss out. That's the real answer, but I am past that point now. I'm better. I fixed myself. I think I will play the other Riot game that shan't be named with people if I'm requested to at this point, but I will never open Valorant again, I think that is just not good for me at all. I think we're better off if I don't open that game ever. Yeah, you could say that it sounds like an acronym. That is very common to say when you're laughing out loud. Something like that. Yeah, I think there's a difference between a fun hard game and an unfun hard game. I think sometimes people try to make a fun hard game and they end up just making a rage game that is not fun for anyone. And sometimes there's an art to that. Like, an example of an unfun hard game is Pathologic, but it's not meant to be fun. And you could argue whether or not it's a game or not, but I think it's a game. I think it's not meant to be a fun game, and I think it tells that story pretty well. Oh my gosh, there's still so much to do. Oh. I do want to test something actually, just to like kind of speed this up. I wonder if I do this. I cleaned something already. Okay, this is kind of working for the floor. I still have to go through and clean up all the extra spots, but it is getting late, so I want to try and finish this season. This is so sad. The fact that I'm actually cleaning stuff too is kind of funny. Alright, let's clean what we've got so far based on that. I could also just end stream. Maybe that's for the best too, because, you know, it's Christmas. I mean, it's not Christmas, but Christmas has passed. And this is already a great start compared to what they had beforehand. But, I don't know, it feels wrong to leave it half done. And I'm probably not going to come back to this one. That'd be kind of crazy. Oh, but there's so much to do. I'm so tired. I think we leave it here, and then if I ever happen to come back, we can use this as like a starting point. But I think it's time for me to go to bed. I have a busy day tomorrow, so I need to be slept. Even though I slept for way too long today. So thank you for watching. I hope you had fun. Let's figure out who we want to raid into. I think YouTube we won't be raiding, although maybe I'll see. I still don't know if I'm doing raiding right on YouTube. I don't know how you're supposed to. I might need to ask someone how it actually works. I might have to ask my Mulshi. I don't know though. We'll see. But always, thank you for watching. I know this was more of a chill stream. I hope you guys enjoyed yapping about whatever we were yapping about. Let's see. Is there anyone I can redirect you to? Low-key, that would be kind of cool, but I'm still so shy about raiding that person. I feel like I need to talk to them before I raid them. Let's raid Tenchi. We're gonna go from chill cleaning to chill Terraria with Tenchi. Please go be nice and kind. Let me see. Frog emoji. I really need to set up the raid message for these kind of streams. You might be there when I play Ranch Sim, so we'll see. Frog raid. Alright, there you go, YouTube. Here is your raid message if you want to be cool and awesome when you raid out. And then on the Twitch side, let's see. Who do we want to raid into? Oh my gosh, they're also playing Powerwash Sim. Let's see. Do I like their vibe? You know what? I'm gonna let you guys raid out and I'll figure out the Twitch stuff on the other end. Thank you for being here. It's time to hit the road. I will see you guys later. I will see you actually tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be playing Cult of the Lamb. So if you enjoy watching Cult of the Lamb and you want to be part of my cult, you can actually be part of my cult if you're on Twitch. Keep that in mind. If you want to be part of the cult, you can join on the Twitch side. So, you know, keep that in mind. I hope you have fun. I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye. Bye-bye. Sorry we're doing it so short. Bye. Go be nice to everyone we raid into.